Yo, how's it going, guys? What what is going on? What the hell is happening? I really don't want to be doing this stream. I hope this stream is irrelevant. I hope this stream is fake news. Because if this is anywhere near true, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What is going on? Anyway, I'll drop the link, and then I'll introduce the show's topic here. In case you haven't heard the rumors. Oh my God, it pains me to say it. It pains me to even think about this being real. By the way, watch Ragazi jump on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me get him on. Watch Ragazi. Okay. All right. So the rumors this morning, and this to me hits way differently than the Swatch Moon Watch collaboration, the Swatch Omega collaboration that resulted in the Moon Swatch. That to me, I was always a fan of that. I know a lot of people didn't love that. A lot of people thought, oh, like Omega made a plastic watch, whatever. I was always an admirer of the collaboration from a marketing genius perspective. I thought in the first year they sold 2 million Moon Swatches, and it resulted in a tremendous amount of interest in the Speedmaster to Omega. And Omega made a killing over the last 2 or 3 years, selling more and more Speedmasters at their boutiques at full price than ever before. And a lot of that interest was generated by the Moon Swatch. This, however, it just hits completely differently. This better not be true. I'll put it that way. This better not be true. Okay, it's early in the morning, but joining us live from Las Vegas, Aussie expat.
G'day. I've been researching this all morning, getting expert opinions from
Tell me
experts.
It's fake news, please. Is it fake news?
No, it's real. I mean, it's not.
It can't be.
No, I mean it's real. I mean the teaser's real. Like we don't have any none of the mock-ups you've seen or anything like that are out there. Those are all clearly marked as mock-ups or something like that. But the collab is legit. Like if you look at the social media of AP and Swatch, like it's happening. It's whatever, something's happening, but it's going to be pretty obvious what it is. It's going to be AP landfill.
You think so that, because I've seen people who are just joining us, the rumor at this hour is that there's going to be some kind of Swatch brand collaboration with Audemars Piguet. The rumors are flying all over social media. Some people point to the fact that it might be some kind of pocket watch type of charm that goes on a necklace that you wear around your neck. And other people are saying that it's going to be a watch. Like we see mock-ups here. The internet is full of mock-ups and fakes and AI. So don't believe anything that you see on the screen. Don't believe anything that you read. But that's the rumor at this hour, that Swatch, which is a brand that's owned by Swatch Group, would be collaborating with AP, a completely independent company, not owned or affiliated with the Swatch Group in any way, except for maybe they they partner together on some technical things around movements and springs and things like that. But you're saying this is real, according to your best guess.
Probably started getting penned. Like this kind of collab, I can't imagine the legal nightmare it would be to put this collab together. Because, you know, you're talking about branding, copyrights and all this kind of stuff, and limiting what they can do and who gets what money. This would have taken a long time. You could easily see that this was probably kickstarted when the Moon Swatch was hot and Benny Hymas was still CEO. So this probably isn't an Ilaria disaster, but she'll be blamed for it. But I think that we'd probably get more out of the speculation if we had like a Swatch expert around more than anything else, because I believe the thing that it's linked to is this pop series. And
you're breaking up. I think you're breaking up a little bit. Aussie chat.
Sorry.
Let me know if that's Aussie or if it's me. But I think it's chat is breaking up a little bit. Your internet.
I can go back to close to one of my AP, but yeah, it seems like it's likely to be lined up with something that Swatch has already done in the past. It's like this pop thing, which doesn't necessarily mean wristwatch. The easiest thing to say, but the other piece of, how do you say, look at the past releases, none of the releases featured a bracelet. So even if we were looking at a watch that was Royal Oak themed, so for octagonal bezel and everything, and it is going to be Royal Oak themed. I mean,
you're still breaking up a lot for me. So what I'm going to do is I'll kick you off, jump back on.
Yeah, I'll jump on my computer.
Yeah, jump on your computer. Cool. Let's see who we have in the chat. The panel's open to anybody, but if you hop on Instagram, you'll be inundated with fake mock-ups and AI renders of what a Swatch Royal Oak collaboration might be. I mean, Aussie's saying that he believes this is true, that it was probably started under the regime of Francois Benamias, previous AP CEO, who retired maybe 2.5 years ago. And do you think it really took 2.5 years or 3 years for this collaboration to come to fruition? And why would Swatch be doing this with AP and not with one of their own brands? Like, I mean, they already have a Blanc Pawn. They have an Omega collaboration, which resulted in the Moon Swatch. They have a Blanc Pawn collaboration that resulted in a Swatch version of the 50 Phantoms. They could have easily gone to Piguet or to Longines or to any of the other Swatch group brands to do this. So I'm a little concerned that they would actually do this, because if it's real, I'm processing this way differently than the Swatch Omega collaboration. All right, you're back.
Hey there.
Right, way better.
Yeah, I'm sure it's better, but I just reviewed what went out to YouTube. It wasn't breaking up, so. But anyway,
sorry.
We'd get more out of like knowing more about Swatch. Like a lot of the makeup has been no bracelets. It's been on some cheap strap of some type. So I think something modular where maybe it can be worn as a pocket accessory as well as worn on the wrist seems to make the most sense. Hey, Thomas.
Hi, how you doing?
Were you here for the landfill watch?
Up in Royal Smoke.
Thomas, what do you think? What do you think? So the rumors that the social media has been inundated this morning, flooded.
Yes, ever
with
since
rumors about this collaboration.
9 o'clock GMT. Fratello put this out, and they did a Royal Oak Royal Pop thing on Instagram, and I've been forwarding it to Aussie. I've been forwarding it to all sorts of people and getting different feedback and a watch group I'm in Ireland. We've been just constantly re-bombarding each other with different posts that we've seen on Instagram, and it looks like it's real.
Yeah. There's not much left to speculate on except for the final product, but we know the final
Well,
product
which is-
isn't going to be
yeah.
not
If
the
the-
Royal Oak theme thing.
Well,
It has
if
to
the
be.
biggest part of the rumor, 90% of it is it real or not? If we answer that question, then the remaining 10% becomes like the biggest part. It actually becomes the next 90% in a way. What is the product actually going to be? But the first hill that we need to climb is this actually real? And sounds like if we actually voted on this panel, it would be the Court of Appeals would say that this is real. Thomas, you think this is real, right?
From all the different buzz about it and different images and Instagram buzz, yeah, I'm starting to gather this is real. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it of a Holy Trinity brand, wanting to do this with Swatch. It's going to be the suicide of the brand. But I mean,
why jump all the way from 3 hours ago the rumor started on social media, and then all of a sudden you've leapfrogged all the way through 150 years of history, all the way to it's the death of the brand. Which, by the way, the
It's
title of this
suicide.
live
Not
stream-
everyone is successful. Not
the
everyone
title of
is.
this live stream is death
I
of AP.
can
So it's like,
understand it. I can understand a Swatch brand doing it. Omega doing it. They elevated the sales of the Speedmaster 50% apparently through doing the Moon Swatch. Blancpain, they didn't do so well. To reach out to a brand like AP, how on earth did they do it in the first place?
I think Benny Hymus had a lot of power as the CEO of AP. His success and reputation means that anything he says is the next step, no matter how many no's could have surrounded him. There's no way that anyone would refuse him. And at the hype of the Moon Swatch, I think this deal could have gotten done because it just seemed like, yeah, we couldn't see the tail end of it, but he said this kind of attention is what we always, and he never saw a downside to attention. Collaborations with murderers and scallywag people. It's like these are things
hoodlums.
that he never
Yeah.
never thought. It was, he only saw as positives.
Yeah, we've already had collaborations with Marvel Comics. I mean, for God's
As
sake.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
He would do anything he said would work was what went, and the volumes were so low, no one could say it was a success or a failure. So he got to continue doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, but Miss Resta, CEO, AP CEO Laurie Resta has been in place for over 2 years now.
2 years, yeah.
Clearly, and she's been vocal in saying that some of the collaborations that have been done in the past are not to her liking, and that they actually hurt the brand. Some of the things, I mean, she brought in John Mayer. She thought that would be a good collaboration for the brand. But some of the other things, like I don't know, Travis Scott and maybe Cause and Marvel, she wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah.
Some of those things were in motion, and she had to kind of see them through to fruition. But this thing, if she didn't like this, she could have easily killed it. She could have said, listen, we're not cheapening the brand by doing a bioceramic version in any way, shape, or form with the Swatch group.
Do you want to share my tab? Just so that we get this 90% of the issue resolved. So this is Swatch's website.
Yep.
Swatch.com.
Now I understand that Royal, the font used in the Royal, is exactly the same font, which is probably a trademarked image of Audemars Piguet, a registered trademark. So I get it, and that pop,
and it literally
P and
says
the O,
Royal. There's no.
It literally says Royal, and it's in the exact same font as a Royal Oak. The pop is in the same style as Oak, with the P and the O overlapping each other, just like the O and the A in the Oak. So
and it's got the X. So it also means it's a cross-brand collab. There's
Royal Pop collab Swatch. So it's not AP Swatch. it's Royal Pop Swatch.
I think
is
pop
it is
comes
there a
from
distinction?
Swatch. Yeah, the pop aspect comes from Swatch.
Pop Swatch.
And that's what I was saying.
apparently-
Like in our community, it'd be really great if there's like a Swatch head out there that could tell us more about this pop side of the business. But the Royal and the fact there's a collab, there's no mistaking what's happening.
Well, I've been wondering, is it going to be they surely wouldn't do a Royal Oak, plastic Royal Oak, you know, and I've seen a few images bounded about of multicolored plastic Royal Oaks, and then I posted it in another group, and someone posted back saying that in the past, Swatch have done Pop Swatch pocket watches. And so in the past they've done Pop Swatch pocket watches, so that's where the pop comes from, obviously. So he was saying that he was hoping, and he showed me another Instagram post of a mock-up of a Royal Oak shaped hexagonal
pocket watch.
He said he'd seen a teaser video with a lanyard in it. Now I don't know what this teaser video is, featuring a lanyard. And he said if that's true, it could possibly be a pocket watch, Pop Swatch, Royal Oak. So then it shifts on from the wristwatch to the pocket watch, or something hanging on a lanyard.
Just so stuff is pointing out. So in another teaser, they've got this sort of pattern stuff. I assume is attached to this release because it's attached to the same May 15 release or something. And these are System 51 parts. So we've got confirmation of the collab and confirmation that it's destined for landfill. So we got 2 out of the 3. So this I just pulled up on eBay. Swatch Pop Musical. So it can be used as like a little desk clock thing, and hang off a rope or something. And
We're looking at the parts on the screen.
Share this tab. There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. So this is something that has happened in the past. It's quite arty.
This is part of the pop collection. So but what does pop mean to Swatch? What does the word mean? Is it a collection? Is it a philosophy?
Basically, it's the center, the actual dial of the watch is the dial case, the dial module can come out of the surrounding case, can be popped out of the surrounding case.
Oh, okay.
I see. Yeah, modular.
Yeah.
And this is a System 51 movement that's been hinted that this would be correct, which is the same movement that's in the Blancpain collaboration, which is an automatic movement. Yeah,
$500 or $600, I think, for the System 51 Blancpain Swatch Fathoms or whatever they call that garbage.
Yep.
So it's probably modular.
So in other words, it could be like a desk, something that you put on the desk, or you could wrap it around a chain and put it around your neck, kind of thing. Or
I think they're not going to get away with $600-700 for just something you can't actually wear. They'll probably do all these things and also be worn on the wrist, but it won't have a bracelet. Is the way I would say. None of the Swatch things have a bracelet. So
yep.
It
would be way too expensive to do a bracelet, any kind of metal bracelet.
Yeah, it's like an elastic NATO strap sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are you convinced that it would actually be worn on the wrist, or would they keep it to something that could only be worn around the neck?
My feeling is that it would be something they'd change a tangent. They'd go on a tangent. They'd may change it, and it'd be something you specifically worn around the neck or held in the pocket.
See, the previous pop actually can be worn on a strap.
But so it would be, is your contention that it wouldn't be this shape, but it would be the shape of some of the mock-ups that we've seen where it would have an octagonal kind of design?
I don't think pop is the latest examples, I think, are from the 90s. So they could really go to the drawing board on exactly how to redo this and stuff like that. But it wouldn't be a Royal Oak without the octagonal bezel, right?
Right. By the way, we have a poll running right now. The poll question is, do you believe this is real or fake news? So let's get that question out of the way. We have two panelists that are convinced that this is absolutely happening. This is going to happen. I'm kind of leaning that way after hearing all this evidence, but I'm kind of wishing that it's not, kind of hoping that it's not.
Yeah.
So like my heart is like, listen, I'm I'm fucking rocking, you know, an Audemars Piguet today. Look at the brilliance of the design that's endured for 50 years. The engine turn tapisserie dial, the incredible finishing on the bracelet and everything. You know, it's a luxury sports watch. And so to think that they would in any way tarnish or water down or hurt the image. Listen, but some people would say, listen, the image of AP has been suffering for the last 2 or 3 years, you know, or several years, and this would just be another nail in the coffin in the downward slide of the reputation of the brand. I'm not sure if we can go that far, but it's a good point for discussion. But let me just say that the poll question is live. Is this real? Is this really happening or not? There is so the poll is live, and please let us know. And if we answer that question, then we'll finally ask the question: is this good for the brand?
Maybe Swatch Group. Sorry, Elsie. Maybe Swatch Group, because Rolex have got an announcement coming on May the 12th, I believe. Maybe Swatch Group wanted something to sort of counteract that, and sort of say, well, we've got an announcement coming up as well, you know, on May the 16th. You know, there's meant to be a space dweller coming on. Something with Space Dweller has been teased for the Rolex, hasn't there? So maybe Swatch Group said, hey, well, we'll do something crazy, and you know, we can do something as well, and we can top you. We'll try to top you.
I have seen that Rolex has published the 12th of May date for something. I don't believe that it has anything to do with a watch at all. I think it's simply the release of the Story of Oyster movie that they showed they showed a glimpse, like a 5-minute clip at Watches and Wonders, and I think they probably have like a 20-minute full detailed story about how the Oyster came about and had all the models that piggybacked on that concept of a waterproof watch. That's what I think is happening on the 12th of May. Just simply a official 100th anniversary of the Oyster kind of celebration. That's my opinion. Not Space Dweller or anything else, I don't think. So, but listen, I'm often wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm 90 to 95% wrong on these things. That's okay. So, Aussie, you're perusing the stuff related to the Swatch Pop.
Yeah, it looks like more often than not they did come on a strap, but the main thing is its modularity. It can be these other things too. But I did show that other one that actually was on a bracelet. This one here, which was interesting with respect to so bracelet isn't completely out of the cards. If we look at the references, like this is clearly a bracelet, and so it's also possible that it's a Royal Oak for bracelet. And arguably, is it a Royal Oak without the bracelet? I don't know. So it could be as crazy as some of the mock-ups, which are basically plastic Royal Oaks.
Yeah, I think they're just using that royal name to kind of refer to the AP collaboration, and it's not going to be literally. It's not. I hope it's not going to take a bunch of the design elements of the Royal Oak and incorporate it into a Swatch collab.
I mean, just like the Speedmaster and the 50 Fathoms collabs, there was nothing in relation to the actual iconic watches.
What? Oh, wait. Oh, the Speedmaster. Okay, so
it's not like you could interchange straps between them and they would look just as good, you know. It's not.
All right, let me do this real quick. I'm going to spend 30 seconds because it's customary for me to say hi to every single person in the chat. So I want to do that. 80 Never Calling is first in the chat. We got Leonardo DiCaprio. Yo, Leo is in the chat. Mr. Fahrenheit. Space Ace is with us. Dear Artifact is with us. Brody says AP should allocate this watch. I don't say that word, and I don't talk about that guy. Thank you very much. Got B-Tech in the chat. See who else we got. Jonathan Smith. What's up, Jonathan Smith? Tobister McDonkey's in the chat. Veritable MJ. AP is amazing. Full stop. Thank you, all the members, by the way. If you have a star next to your name, you're a member. Got Swiss in the chat. What's up, Swiss? Also known as Peruka. For Omega, the Moon Swatch is a great marketing prop, says Dear Artifact, a member of the channel. For AP, a royal pop would be an admission of groveling because they are struggling. Thank you. John Galt is in the chat as well. Vimal, who helped break this story. And we got Shamba Basher in the chat. If I missed anybody, type in a comment. We've got over 50 people watching, including 2 on Grindr and 1 on Hinge, which is, listen, we're on all platforms. If you're on Hinge right now, you can't comment. So just when you're done swiping, head on over to YouTube, type in a comment, and let us know that you are the one person joining us from Hinge. What do you make of this comment that AP is, it would be an admission that AP is struggling?
I don't think the Moon Swatch, the premise of the Moon Swatch was that good for Omega. There was no heat delivered for straight Moon Watch. You know what I mean? Like, I just sold my Moon Watch. I got $5,000 for it. That's about the same as what you could get for a Moon Watch, 5 years ago before the Moon Swatch. Like, it didn't do anything, if anything, it did worse because, my Moon Watch had a better movement than the ones that were trading at 5,000 in the pre Moon Swatch era. But yeah, apparently it doesn't matter.
Listen,
I disagree. I think it appealed to the younger crowd who can't afford the Moon Watch, and it got people into watches away from the Apple Watches. It created a hype. It had people queuing around the block for them, and it got people into wearing an actual watch, the analog display watch, apart from smartwatches, and it brought people to the watch scene. Who maybe then started thinking, and supposedly it elevated the sales of Moon watches by 50%.
Yeah, and a lot of those sales were in the direct channel where they were selling at full retail price. So it was very good, and by the way, it generated over 250 million in revenue for the Swatch brand too.
Yeah. Is it literally confirmed that it actually helped Moonwatch sales? Like,
well, there's no cause and effect, but at the same time, it did result. I mean, there was at the same time a higher demand of Speedmasters from the boutique channel, from the direct channel, and from online than ever before. At the same time that the Moon Swatch was being launched.
So maybe AP are just trying to get to a younger audience and get the next generation interested in their watches. I mean, not every 15-year-old has heard of Joe Argenta,
Also, can you do me a favor and get this abomination off the screen? Put something else on that looks like a rumor of an actual collab, like a bioceramic Royal Oak, just to drive the ratings through the roof.
One of the
one of the Instagram things or whatever. By the way, we got Andrew Ross in the chat, new to the channel apparently, late to this info. But aren't AP and Swatch separate companies? Yes, they are. Julius Caesar's joining us. What's up, Julius? Got Green Man. We need a plastic code 1159. Thank you, Green Man. Listen, this is polarizing to say the least.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have some mock-ups. I just got to pull up my Discord. So thanks, Thomas. I knew you'd have a little bit more fun on my Discord. Which channel, apart from YouTube channels, which channel is providing the most entertainment? Is it my Discord?
No YouTube channels provide any good entertainment. Let's be honest. I mean, or good information. Hey, we got Vimal with the flamingo blue highlighted comment. The Swatch Oak is for boomer AP owners, teen girlfriends. Okay, wait, listen. if we have boomer AP owners that have let's say girlfriends in their 20s, let's not go all the way down to teens. But yeah, it's a way to get them a royal oak without spending 70 grand on a rose gold, royal oak, or one of those minis, frosted minis, which by the way are delicious. I love frosted mini wheats, and I haven't had cereal in a long time. Wish I could have cereal. Thank you, Vimal. Appreciate it. Member of the channel. Got Michael W joining us from Germany. What's up, Michael W? I met Michael W one time. He came to New York and he hit me up on Instagram. This was like over 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. So I met Michael W in person. Hope you're doing well. Rolex wouldn't stoop this low. No, they wouldn't come out with.
No, but I mean that's not a sort of like, you could look at that objectively. You look at like who Rolex chooses ambassadors. They don't try to associate with like hoodlum sports like soccer, while AP does. Their top ambassadors are soccer players, while for Rolex's perspective, soccer players and that kind of hoodlum stuff is for Tudor, and that's why you got Beckham as the ambassador for Tudor. So yeah, there's no way this is like. But here's the maximum rage bait
tennis
for
is
you.
equestrian. It's sailing. It's
yes, not non-hoodlum sports basically. Check. Oh, we got member chat.
Member milestone super chat from Brian the Pipe. Member for 16 months, which is almost a full year of loyal membership. Thank you, Brian. Swatch and AP2 brands with whom I've had bad experiences. This collaboration proves math is wrong. 2 negatives do not make a positive. Thank you, Brian. Listen, I've been on a complete rant. I hope this doesn't make you uncomfortable, Thomas, against Omega recently. I sold my only Omega, the Seamaster Diver 300M. I sold my Zenith. Any Tudors that I bought in error, those are gone out of my collection forever. I'm on an absolute mission and I've got 8 Rolex, 1 AP, and 2 Pateks. I'm on a mission to sell about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 Rolex at this point. And I'm going to concentrate on Patek. I'm going to concentrate on the big 4. And this, I got to put my money where my mouth is. If I'm here preaching no Omega, no Zenith, no, I got to do the same thing. So if I'm telling people to consolidate, buy Patek, buy Rolex, then that's what I have to do. So that's my opinion.
The next one is going to be pure rage inducing. You ready for it?
Okay, so this is a what's the source of this particular image right here?
These are just mock-ups. These are just mock-ups.
Okay, just mock.
But the next mock-up is going to.
I could see the white one on the left being a clock that stands up, like you were saying, and something that hangs on a pendant.
To whom does this appeal? To whom does this appeal? Is this the Flavor Flav audience? I don't get it.
I think we've seen enough examples of the pop that it also must go on the wrist. Like it can't be this, because I don't see how the strap would work and putting it on a wrist, but it must also go on the wrist. I think that's what most of the pops we've seen. They can also do the pendant thing, they can do the desk clock thing, but it must also go on the wrist. So are you ready for this next one, OC? Before
we do that, the results of the poll are in. We got plenty of votes to kind of gauge the sentiment of the global watch community. And the results of the poll are as follows. Do you believe that the rumors around the Swatch AP collaboration are real or fake? Over 2/3 of you are convinced this is real, and approximately 1/3 of you say this is fake news. So it's 2-1. 2/3 of you say this is happening. 1/3 of you say it is not. It'll be interesting to see which group is right, the larger group or the smaller group. All right, Aussie, what you got for us?
Yeah, just for anyone who's in doubt, like just going back to the Swatch.com homepage. This is on Swatch.com's homepage. You can go look at it right now. This is
live. This is actual production live website.
This is, like, this isn't speculation what we're looking at. This is like, that's Royal Pop and Royal Oak, like, and it's a collab.
By the way, is it possible to do a screen grab of that image and blow it up and see what that pattern is? because I think the pattern is a clue to something.
This.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the
Mm.
background. I think that, I mean, whatever, that's either a shape or some kind of design that is a clue to something.
Yeah, it'll probably be part of it. So anyway, so here's the new. This is the mock-up that will piss everyone off.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you think it's the white dial that does it? That
Well, I think the fact that it requires no ingenuity to have come up with this, and it's straight milking the heritage design in exactly the same way the Moon Swatch did. The thing that would be infuriating about this is that it's easily foreseeable. Like, it could be this. I think the pop thing really throws it off, but you know, if we didn't have
there's no
information
way.
about pop-
There's no way this they would allow this to happen. This would dilute.
Well, you're moving the goalpost, right? Like 8 a.m. this morning, you would have been saying, "There's no way AP's doing a Swatch collab."
I am. I'm
we're
completely moving the.
Now we're coping.
Now I'm
about-
tinkering around the edges. I'm trying to find something to disprove here, Aussie. Because listen, this would be a disaster for the brand, for AP. This would be a fucking coup for Swatch. I mean, it would generate millions
They'd
of sales,
sell millions
of these
Sell millions
at
of
500 a pop or 700
They'd
a
be
pop. Or whatever
fighting in the streets outside the stores for these. It'd be.
And listen, I've been there. I've been there during the. I've been in line, as you guys recall, and we did live streams online and inside the store. We worked with Swatch PR to get inside, and during the launch of the initial Moon Swatch, and it would be pandemonium. It would be mayhem, because AP is so big with those like Hype Beast and these flipper websites where there's flipping shoes and they're flipping, they're looking for all kinds of things to kind of, buy and sell and make a quick hustlers. Like if they were like hustlers.com or whatever, this would be like today's main thing. Like, hey, get ready to like get online to get this thing. By the way, Roger G in the chat, member for 8 months. If this rumor is true, the OC stamp of approval for Audemars Piguet will need to be reconsidered. Listen, it is being reconsidered. I've got my one AP. I want to get more, but it's hard when the brand is doing crazy things like giving social media influencers access to the CEO while VIP customers are left hanging. It's like, I don't understand the need to cater to social media douchebags when you have people who've been loyal to the brand for decades and invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're going to give Royal Oaks and Jumbos to people who are self-admitted flippers who just want to buy the hype and have no real love for the brand. I just don't understand the philosophy. But
so I'll see.
Lucky says, no way this is real. No way it's real. This is real. AP owners should be embarrassed. I don't think I disagree with that. Gen G's in the chat. Who else do we have here? I think we got everybody. We got Irish DEL, whoever you are. Welcome back to the show.
So I'll see. You've got a bit of experience in buying APs and going to the stores. I mean, what is the hierarchy of buying? I mean, is it 1159, then offshore, and then if you're lucky, Royal Oak?
For most people, I think Royal Oak is a
second. You start.
Yeah, Royal Oak is a second watch. I think is doable, especially if
Yes.
you want white, gray, or black. I think those are the colors. If you want blue or green, I think that would be a lot tougher. If you bought two previous watches, I think a blue or green Royal Oak should be something that might take a little bit. I don't know. You got. I mean, I would consider Buckley an AP expert. He's bought way more APs than I have. Boston Collector's bought way more. MJ, the guy's a killer AP collection. I just have one, and I was lucky enough to get a Royal Oak as my first. But this is the color that I wanted, and this was for some people considered way less desirable than the blue. So
Right.
These images are scary. I really don't. In a way, though, this could lead to an acceleration of the downfall of AP. Is it better that we just erase AP from our consideration altogether, as you know, and this could be the final nail in the coffin that gets us to decide, you know, forget it. This brand does not represent my core values. Or we can continue to root for them and say, oh, okay, it's another mistake, but they'll turn it around. Brody says, what would be a bigger disaster for AP? A, allocating Jizzo a steel blue dial Royal Oak, or this Swatch collaboration? That's a good question. I think this collaboration could have much bigger repercussions. I think Jizz is a pretty unknown guy, but still that would be pretty bad for the brand too, because the collectors who know and have been told, like, hey, here's the journey. You need to buy this, then you need to buy this, and then you get your Royal Oak. Especially if the guy got a jumbo. I mean, if the guy got a jumbo as his first watch, that'd be a slap in the face to VIP AP collectors. So I don't think the brand. Listen, I'm often proven wrong when I say something like this. The brand would be stupid to do that, and then they go ahead and do it. I mean, who's to say? Like, it would be the kiss of death if they did something like that. Who knows? Then they'll turn around and do it. They don't give a fuck. Patek needs to get on this train or they'll be left behind. Swatch Nautilus. No. Andy Lewis is joining us from the Lone Star State. AP's watering down the Royal Oak so they can bump up the code. Genius. Yeah, turn the Royal Oak into undesirable garbage. To turn it into to bump up the reputation of the code 1159.
But do you think they're going to make the Royal Oak even harder to get if they bring these out, so that you really aspire? This would be this sort of like real teaser of a watch to get a Royal Oak.
I mean, AP basically only sell Royal Oaks. I mean, yeah, that you have to pay penance and to establish yourself as a customer. But once you've gotten into Royal Oaks as a customer, I don't know anyone who then goes back and buys more codes and offshores to get the next.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think if they bring something like this out, they'll try and make people buy more codes to get an AP, to get a Royal Oak? Sorry, buy more codes or offshores.
It would be hard. It would be hard, I think, to
make the Royal Oak even more elitist of an elite watch. You know,
I don't
raise its profile even more.
But the thing is, like, when you say raise its profile, the thing is to whom? That's the thing, right? So, like, when you had a Moon Swatch, you had people who bought that, they had to have some kind of interest in watches before. They had to know who Omega was. They had to know what a Speedmaster was, I think, before they bought that. So I think you were appealing to you unlocked a group of people who were predisposed to maybe buying Omega 10, 15, 20 years down the line. To whom, like, who is your target market?
I'm just thinking
this.
Maybe trying to diversify the whole brand rather than it just being known as the one trick pony Royal Oak sort of brand.
Yeah,
really diversify the brands and open it up to say sort of, hey, we aren't just the Royal Oak brand. We do, Royal Oak is a smaller segment now. We do these other models as well.
This is perplexing, to say the least. By the way, Space Ace brings up a good point, because for years now we've had a Casio watch, G-Shock, that looks a lot like the Royal Oak, and that's sold really well. As a matter of fact, I bought one. I
think it helped. Like, it got me sort of favoring the Royal Oak design a little bit more, having the Casio Oak.
Yeah,
for me, I'm not saying like, oh, across the industry, this is definitely way, or there was any impact at all. But for me personally,
it was definitely a hit for Casio. huge hit for Casio,
Yeah,
launching a
big time.
gazillion styles of watches with that octagonal bezel. And then they even came out with a metal version. I mean, they not only were they doing the colored ones, whatever material that is, plastic or whatever it is, but they came out eventually with stainless steel models that looked pretty good. So it was a massive hit for Casio. I don't know. I mean, I think it was like for people who, I think you're right, Aussie, in the sense that it created, it get you assimilated to the Royal Oak design, which can be a little polarizing at first. You look at it and go, wait a minute, why is it like look like a stop sign? Why are there screws on the bezel? This is kind of weird. And it's something that over time you see, oh, I get it. It's iconic, and you warm up to it. That's the way kind of watch collecting is anyway. You rationalize liking something based on, oh, other people like it too. And I think that gets people into, by the way, also this in the same way, this Noon watch, which is the Maldives watch, kind of looks like a Nautilus or an Aquanaut, like these designs are copied a lot, but please, okay, change the image, please, Aussie. Just do something different. But it you definitely want to kill AP, come out with something like this. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. They look a lot like Royal Oaks, that's for sure. Imagine if it's this on a bracelet, because they've been teasing on a necklace, because they have been teasing these necklaces on the Swatch social media.
But I don't know. I mean, on a leather lanyard like that or something. Thing is, Swatch isn't going to do leather. Like, they just won't.
No, it's going to be elasticated. It's going to be the usual elasticated band, I think. Or isn't it?
Just some
We don't know, do we?
What does it say that AP and Swatch would collaborate? That's just a weird pairing. I mean, they're two.
It really is.
It is.
It really is.
What it says is Patek is like right behind, like very close. Like, yeah, next release is a Nautilus. Hey, if Swatch was able to do this deal, I totally think about who's in charge. I don't know. I don't have a good picture of who's in charge at Swatch. Now, I'm not saying you can't do research. I'm just saying I don't know the guys at Swatch. Yeah. I don't know the CEO.
It's held by a family, the Hayek family, that they own like 55% of the stock, and they can do whatever the hell they want with the
right. But it would really be the CEO who has to convince the family that he shouldn't be fired for what he's about to do. Yeah. And this is a get. But I see the last CEO of AP that I don't pronounce his name, Benny Hymas.
Benny, yeah.
He's definitely the kind of guy to run along, play along, do something a little bit out there, silly, XYZ, get more eyeballs on AP. But I also see that the CEO of Patek is the kind of guy to be as flippant as well and say, I know design, blah, 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 and just run with it as well. I totally see that happening. I bet they definitely pondered it. And I bet it was a lot more serious than you think it should have ever been serious. Whether it got to the signing papers or not, I don't know.
Well, rumor was that the next Swatch release was going to be an in-house Swatch brand, and it was going to be Breguet, wasn't it?
It could still be.
It could still be, yeah. That was the rumor, that it was going to be a Breguet Classique ripoff. You know, but this is totally out of the park for me. I was gobstruck when I saw this morning. When I saw AP Swatch, I just thought, where did that come from?
Okay, let's do a quick poll. here. If this Swatch AP collab is real, tell us your opinion. Is this bad for Swatch? Is it bad for AP or bad for both brands? Let us know in the chat. So if this is real, let's assume it's real. And listen, I think I'm convinced at this point something's going on. What it is, we will know in another week and a half or so.
Yeah.
But if it's real, is this bad for Swatch? Is it bad for AP or is it bad for both?
I think we've got two topics here to address quickly. One is what we think the price will be, the strategy behind that. And two, how do you get one? How do you warm up to the Swatch AD and get one of these? Because I got a Mercury
It's
on
lines.
day one,
It's lines.
day one,
It's
and I didn't line up. I didn't
It's
line up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like 99% of the people are going to do this the same thing as last time. There's going to be long lines. There's going to be press coverage.
Yeah.
They're going to have 1,000 the first day and 3,000 people in line. And then it's like, okay, well, the next drop's going to be in a week and a half or 2 weeks. They'll do these strategic drops in specific cities. That was masterful what they did
I
3 years
think
ago.
what you got to do is you got to go full Rolex about this. I got mine by cozying up to the staff and the manager at Swatch. And there's time between now and release for your name to be known by the manager at your local Swatch AD.
Mhm.
So I think that's the way to go. You don't want to be sitting out there at 2 a.m. or no 2 p.m. the previous day with your your blanket and a cup of coffee for the rest of the night, waiting for them to open up in the morning. You want to just walk in there like a VIP and get offered the one that you want. It's that simple.
So you think they should employ severe artificial scarcity? They should employ more of the luxury watch kind of techniques to this, make it
you impose that upon them. They're not used to that, the Swatch people. Like the staff used to be used to that, I'm sure, like when things were rare in the first year or so. Now they've probably cycled out. You got to teach them the way they do this right is by giving you the watch. That's how you do it.
Okay.
You got to educate them.
What do you think to Made for Boxing's comment? He says the only people that care are the people who use watches as status symbols. Look at me, I have an expensive watch, for example.
So Made for Boxing is new to the channel. I haven't seen you in the chat before. This channel is primarily focused on those kinds of watches, the status watches like Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille. But we are covering this because it is important watch news. My gut tells me that you stumbled in on the YouTube homepage and you just saw that we were live. So, but he probably represents the Swatch level collector, the entry level collector, maybe but let us know, Made for Boxing, do you have there's a lot of people who watch this show that actually have $20, $30, $50,000 watches, so that a lot of people who are in that category of status symbol collectors. So it'd be interesting to know from your perspective how you view us, how you view the watch industry, and why you think this would be, why you think this is a good thing for Swatch or for AP or for both brands. So I am a Rolex and Omega owner and Moon Swatch owner and G-Shock. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for clarifying. And D Chaz is in the chat. He's getting in line right now. Anybody want to listen? It's too early. Too early for me right now, but I'll be in line with you on the 15th at midnight.
I think you just have to look at like where Omega has been since the Moon Swatch release, and Omega are now staring at the gutter right now. Like they're looking into the abyss. They produce an unbelievable amount of new watches every year, and less are being sold every year. They're having to shut down boutiques and so on and so forth. They've got a whole bunch of other brands that are dragging them down even further. They've got brands
Omega's
above
one of the
and
worst
below them, all
performers.
of them failing. It's not good. It's not good.
Omega's in deep trouble, and they were a top 5 brand. They were the number 2 brand, behind Rolex for years and years and years, and now you can see them slipping, and in something is happening with Omega. They have fallen out of favor, and I'm not sure what are the triggers that cause that to happen. I think when you have a situation where appreciation was so rampant in the industry, and Rolex was the tide that lifted all boats. Once that tide came back down to normal, Rolex is the only brand that's really surviving with tons of models that do very well over retail. All the other brands kind of fall by the wayside, and some are getting hit harder than others. And Omega is just one of the ones that, you know, they're immediately 20 to 30% off retail as soon as you buy it. Try and get rid of one. I mean, you'll get offered 50 cents on the dollar, maybe less. So it's not liquid like Rolex. And like it or not, when people are buying a $10,000 watch, they want something. They want the flexibility of being able to get out of it at some point. You never know where your tastes are going to be in 5 years, and you may want to transition out of it to something else. And Omega, Zenith, Tudor, and 95% of these brands are unsellable. They're literally, at this point in the market, they're unsellable. Dealers don't want them. And I think that's
case in point, I'm thinking of letting go of my Explorer 36. I'm just wearing it for the next week or so, just to make sure that timing is good, that I'm not trying to offload a messed up watch. But yeah, I mean, when I got this watch, I was deeply in love. I still really like the watch. It's just I've got other watches that I could wear in its place, and I like those a little better. Yeah. And the fact that I'm probably not going to lose money on it, it just makes life much easier. And I enjoyed it, every minute of it, you know. So it's kind of what you want out of it. You don't want to. I can't say the same for my Speedmaster. Speedmaster cost me a lot of money to to get out of.
To get out of it, right? Johnny Bag of Donuts in the chat. Omega's price welcome to the show. Omega's price increase is to blame, as well as bumping themselves out of the entry-level price ranges, and having 1,000 different models doesn't help either. So the product assortment issue, they got tons of different watches. They produce too many watches, 600,000 watches. A lot of that probably goes to China and other places. We get it, but they have a lot of models, and the Speedmasters are now what, 9,000?
9,000. Yeah. Plus.
Now I remember a time, Ozzy and Thomas, where all people would talk about are the Snoopy and the 321, how incredible it would be to get one of those watches, right? Now you hear nobody talking about those. Really, nobody talking about, man, my dream would be to get a 321, or my dream would be to get a Snoopy.
Yeah.
It's
321 hype died about like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3. Snoopy, it's still lingering, but it's very weak. It's very, very weak. But the problems. So I think one of the main themes in like the current era is like authenticity, and that goes across a lot of not just watches, but an authentic something, whether it's a brand or a product, blah blah blah. I think Omega, with just the constant releases, sort of exposes, like, it just feels inauthentic. Like, it doesn't feel like any of these things are important. When you buy a luxury product, it's meant to be important. But with an Omega, it's like, it's just one of the 3 color variants we've released in the last 2.5 months.
Yeah, but they do come out with good color variants. They do come out with improvements that are designed to, like, if you're on the fence about getting a Speedmaster, oh shit, there's an all white one now. Awesome. Like, I always wanted to, you know?
Unfortunately, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it looks great. And then they just came out with one that's a reverse Panda, I believe. Was it last year or 6 months ago? So these are good looking watches. They're designed to get people who like a particular configuration or a specific look, to finally push them over the edge and go, oh, okay, I'll never get a Le Mans, or I'll never get this Daytona, or I'll never get that, but now I get something that matches my aesthetic. And unfortunately, what part of my responsibility is to tell people that doesn't scratch the itch. That doesn't, if you really want a Daytona, getting a Speedmaster isn't going to do it. Just like getting a Pagani design or getting a Hamilton or whatever. Just getting something just because it's the look that you like just never satisfies the urge to get what you really deserve. Mr. Tudor to use in the chat. Listen, we don't cover Tudor anymore on the channel. They're gone. They're pretty much gone. They eliminated the Black Bay 58 Blue from their lineup, which means pretty much the kiss of death. Which, listen, the brand was on a complete downward trajectory already. But now that the Black Bay 58 Blue, which was the only model propping up the lineup, is gone. I guess the Chrono is still there. The what is it, Miami Blue and Hot Pink or whatever it is. Those are good, but people who bought those, also, you're one of the few that actually doesn't regret buying it because you've got kids, and you're like, oh, I'll hand this down, and you've got sentimental whatever. But everyone else I know bought it. It's like they're scared to wear it. They're not scared. They're embarrassed to wear it out of the house.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I get a lot more compliments on my pink Black Bay Chrono than I do my Daytonas. And I hear that's true of other people who wear them. That being said, my friend who got one, the blue one, he did sell it. But this was in the process of him.
But was he a Rolex guy? Or did he have like 3 or 4 a bunch of Rolex?
He was an AP guy, actually. But I mean, he sold everything. He had a bad. I mean, there's no good one. He had a watch burglary and had most of his collection stolen. And the pink was the one that he was actually wearing when he was on holiday. Sorry, the blue was one he was actually wearing. So it was his last one. And I thought for sure he would just keep the last one. But no, he sold. He says he's done. So I respect that.
We do have a poll running, guys. The poll question is as follows. If this is real, let's assume it's real for the sake of argument, and that Swatch and AP are doing some kind of collaboration. Is this good or bad? Is it bad for Swatch? Is it bad for AP or bad for both? You guys vote in the poll. The results are pretty staggering, but we want to hear from you. Make sure that your voices are heard.
I don't think it's actually bad for any of them. I think it's really good for Swatch. I think it's could be moderately good for AP, but not. It dumbs down their profile. Sort of.
I tell you what it could do for AP. I could imagine in this collab, all the profits are basically going to AP. I could imagine that would be the deal that was struck. That, you know, we should talk about the price. We should talk about the price, but I could easily see that they would have enough leverage to say, well, no, we retain 90% of the profits on every single one of these sold. And with the volume, this could actually mean a huge bottom line increase to AP. It would be not an insignificant increase in money, full stop, to AP if this was the case. But we should talk about price. 500,
what do you think of
1,000? Is it 1,000?
Is it a $999 watch? Is this something where they milk these entry level watch collectors, watch enthusiasts by selling them $1,000 Swatch? So
what's the current crappy thing? One of these. So the crappy Fathoms is 420 with a System 51.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is cool, actually.
The Tissot Quartz is maybe 600, and then the Tissot Automatic is maybe 725, something like that. Could they introduce something at that price point?
I think this is going to be made out of bioceramic, though, isn't it? So it's not going to be made out of metal.
Is it going to be System 51, or would they go up to like a Powermatic or something like that?
No, so it would be System 51.
Yeah, I think it's System 51. We've already got hints that it's System 51. And
Powermatic is a Tissot movement.
Oh yeah. What am I saying?
Yes, this would be System 51 is like the best, is the only automatic system that they offer in the Swatches. I don't think they offer higher than that.
Will it have a date? That's what I'd like to know. Is it going to be a date watch, or is it going to be a time only?
Will it have a crown that says APXS?
Yeah.
What's on the crown on your Royal Oak? Nothing? Or
the crown says AP.
AP. Yeah. So we're going to have
Could it be SXAP?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, aren't you? I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fantastic. Oh wait, I'm not even sharing this tab. I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Are you looking forward to this with AP XS? That's going to be fantastic, right?
There's
It's gonna be great.
there's nothing wrong with the crown. The crown looks perfectly good on that watch.
It does, but it's going to be fantastic. For the we've been waiting for the day when these was AP with Swatch. It's everyone was
I actually
wanting
have
it.
one of these, and I have no idea where it is. I might have given it to somebody. I bought a white one like this,
Mhm.
and I literally don't know where it is.
So it's probably going to be time only, just because that's what we're seeing here on this System 51.
Right. Okay. Is it?
I guess. I mean, a date wheel isn't the hardest thing to put in, but it seems the most. It seems unlike. But that being said, there was very little inspiration or creativity in the Moon Swatch, right? Like it looked like it just looked like a plastic version of the Moon Watch.
Yeah.
So if this was just going to be the plastic version of a Royal Oak, is it a plastic version of the Jumbo, or is it going to be a plastic version of the, you know, the more mainstream model that has a date and a seconds hand? What do you think, OC? Is it going to be a Jumbo? Is that going to hurt too much?
700
Plastic Jumbo? Is it going to hurt too much if they did that?
Well, I don't think they're gonna get to that level of tweaking of the proportions, so you'd be able to tell whether it's a jumbo or not jumbo. It's going to be its own thing.
I think just from a legal perspective, they're just going to take an existing design from the Royal Oak catalog and put that in, because otherwise, think about a collab between two companies and you start going, oh, but we want this chamfer this way and stuff like that. It's just going to be like, let's cut to the chase, just pull the 15510 or whatever, or the 16202, just make it that. Let's not, because this has so much to do with lawyers and stuff like that. The natural collab has to be streamlined, and an existing design is exactly what they're trying to pull off anyway. So why not just say, let's pull the 16202, shove the System 51 in it, make it out of oily plastics or whatever, and ship it.
Let me just I'm gonna 2 years ago in 2023, to give you guys some sales data. 2023 Swatch brand peaked. That was like the height of the Moon Swatch. They peaked at 5.8 million units. Okay. So they sold about 2 million Moon Swatches that year. Revenue went from about 250 million to 660 million in 1 year. In the 2 years since that time, they went from 5.8 million watches a year down to 4.9, and then last year to 4.4. So a 1.4 million unit reduction.
That's a lot, isn't it? 20%. Yeah.
20%. And their revenue went from peaked at 660 in 2023 and is down to 474 for 2025. So they may be looking for another big hit here.
Yeah, definitely.
Eric Lim is in the chat. Welcome, Eric Lim. He says, no way this is happening. They look too much like a ceramic Royal Oak. Something's happening. Something's happening. We don't know what it is, but something's definitely happening. Vote in the poll. We got a poll going right now. Assuming this is real, is this bad for Swatch, bad for AP, bad for both? I think we have enough data to close the poll. And the results are as follows. Bad for AP, 86%.
Ooh.
Bad for AP, 86%. Bad for Swatch, only 7%. Bad for both, 7%. So there are the results of the poll. Bad for both, 7%. Bad for Swatch, only 7%. Bad for AP, 86%. The watch community does not think this is a good move for Audemars Piguet.
So what
But
price?
look-
What price? We're going to
What
go
price?
above 50 fathoms, right? It's got to be
We have to.
more than-
It's got to be above 50 phantoms.
Yeah,
I think it's going to
definitely.
be at the 599 price point. Sounds pretty good. Somewhere at 580, 590, something like that.
I would guess about 600, 700, maybe 600
Wow. Even-
dollars.
Also, should Swatch require prior purchase history before you pick up one of these watches?
No. No.
Should,
No,
should
no,
you
no.
should you be a loyal Swatch
You
customer?
could
Should you,
be in the queue at 2 a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m. is not going to get you one. If at the Las Vegas opening, I was interviewing people. The people who were in the first 50, they were there since the previous day. Not the early morning. They were there since like 5 p.m. the previous day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not going to be that easy. But I, after the crowd had gone, was able to get one. So you definitely want to warm up to management and the employees instead of waiting in line.
Take them a coffee and a burger. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Bring them a stack of donuts. No one can refuse. No one is too proud to say,
But-
I don't like Krispy Kremes.
but who's really who in the audience is really gonna want one of these? Do we really want one?
Whoever
I would
thought
get
that
one
was
just to continue my spree of hate buying cheap watches to make fun of more expensive brands. So like the Timex Snoopy, I love that watch, and it's one of my most popular videos on my channel, and it's probably done a lot of damage to Omega. And I will 100% get the Royal Pop and make fun of AP for maybe 3 or 4 videos, and everyone will love it.
Brody is dubbing it the Royal Poop.
Royal Poop.
The Royal Poop. Maybe that'll catch on. That's one of the best. Type in your favorite nickname for this new collaboration. If real, what should it be called? I like Brody's idea. Royal Poop sounds pretty good. Made for Boxing says, I'm a get one for the F of it. I'm going to get one for the F of it. I'm not. I made that mistake before. I bought 2 moon swatches. They're sitting in my thing right now. I'm looking for someone to give them to. Like if somebody wants them I know that they go for over retail, like the Mercury's. I think I was watching a Vucom auction the other day, and the Mercury sold for like $600 or something like that. It's like,
I've got a
and they'll-
Mercury. Like I thought that was an unwanted one, but I like it
know.
because it's black. But
Yeah.
and I've had to change the battery on it. It doesn't have like a 10-year battery like the Casios do. It dies every 1.5 years.
Both of mine could be the batteries could be dead. I've had
They're definitely
just
dead.
sitting there for 3 years.
They're definitely dead.
Do they? If I take them to Swatch, will they change them for free?
I don't know.
I
I
hope they
changed
do.
mine, but I never really thought about it.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Lou John Press, Royal Joke. Okay, it rhymes. I like that. But this is not a Royal Oak. This is a Royal Pop, according to Swatch. But that's a pretty good nickname. It's going to be hilarious to see people trying to flex their Swatch Royal Oak, though. I'm sure real AP owners will have a laugh.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, people rocked moon swatches and they were proud of it, and I don't see any issue with it at all. I actually respect the people who rock that watch. It's an actual watch. It is still kind of cool, but it doesn't make the real steel cooler. In fact, it might even make you look more douchey.
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of does it making fun of people who are spending $30,000, $50,000, $90,000 on these watches? Is it actually poking? Is it like a slap in the face? Is it a sign of disrespect, like to say, look, I got a watch that looks just like yours
I know
for
people
$700?
I know people who sold their Speedmasters because the moon swatch came out. They're so disgusted.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that. Anyone rocking one of these pops, it's probably cool. It's probably cool, and
It's cool for them. It's cool for them. But how does the AP owner feel?
Yeah, the AP owner, I think it's just not a positive. Like as a Moonwatch owner at the time of the Moonswatch release, I thought it might. My only concern was whether or not the love for whatever this thing coming out was would translate a little bit to the Moonwatch. I feel like it didn't. I don't feel like it converted anyone to a Moonwatch. Quite frankly, because the plastic ones were more interesting to look at. And I'm sure this Royal Pop will be very interesting to look at. But that being said, there's tons of Royal Oaks that look very interesting to look at. So may not have the same problem.
Thomas, what are some of your favorite Instagram accounts that have showed different mock-ups of Aussie, pull up Fratello or whatever else. Watch Ragazzi has also done something where he's done some mock-ups.
But I don't have Fratello's Instagram, so they haven't posted anything on their main page.
They haven't?
No.
Is it in there? Let me see if it's in their story.
It's just their Instagram, I think, that people.
Oh yeah, they just have. Yeah, I'm showing it actually. It's really nothing. It's just that whatever's on the Swatch homepage is what they're showing.
Yeah,
got it.
We'll go back to this infuriating image.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We'll go back. It's like ouch.
No, that's
no.
good.
Look.
Keep that up.
Look, nobody wearing an actual watch is a peasant. Okay, like, yeah, of course, like a Casio or one of these things is like 100x price difference or 10x price difference depending. But nobody wearing an actual watch is a peasant or not a watch guy, you know what I mean? The person who wears one of these, especially if the price range is above 500, they clearly like watches, you know, so that's a cool dude. You know what I mean? That's cool. There's nothing inauthentic about that. And it's not like they're wearing a fake. You know what I mean? This is a real whatever it happens to be. So we may be snobs, but you know, we don't have to judge other people with the same with the same reckoning, right?
Well, I have to. But let's see. Let's see. So, by the way, if you're new to the channel, this is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. We talk about watches here, primarily Rolex, Patek, AP, and Richard Mille. Today we're covering watch news. There is the internet is abuzz. Social media has been flooded with news, real or fake, about this collaboration between Swatch, the Swiss watch brand, and luxury watch brand Audemars Piguet, known as AP. Is there a collaboration happening? Will it be announced on the 16th of May? If so, what will it be, if true, and what will be the impact to both brands? If you want to become a member of the channel, there's a link.
Got another thing here. In 1986, the Pop Swatch was brought out, so it's actually the 40th anniversary of the Pop Swatch. So
wow,
maybe that's another tie-in with Swatch and this release. Maybe the 16th of April is the 40th anniversary of the Pop Swatch.
Come on, this is cope, guys. We can't, like, this whole idea that, oh, this could be good for AP. No one was talking about this yesterday. No one was like, if someone proposed to you yesterday, you know, Swatch/AP collab, not just any collab, but Royal Oak collab, no one would be like, oh, that'd be great for AP. Like, no, but like, this is just cope. Any type of like softening on AP on this one, I think is just raw cope. Could make them money. Yeah, they'll be talked about, but nobody, you know.
AP is a relatively unknown brand among the masses, to the extent to which that it would be introducing a hoity-toity Swiss luxury brand to a whole new group of young collectors who may, decades from now, be in a position, you know, to be super successful and rich and or retired or whatever, and always remember that when they were 24, they bought that Swatch Audemars Piguet collab, and now it's time to get, oh my God, they're still around and they make $100,000 watches, and they actually, do you think there's a chance that it'll actually do that? Like they're planting seeds
I think that's
future generations.
I think that's a good take. The only thing that works against it, I think, is the fact that it's System 51. And I'm not going to look too fondly at something, especially if this is like a first watch. This could be someone's literal first watch, like literally their first watch.
Yeah.
And then it breaks after like 6 months. That's not, it doesn't matter how much hype and love they had. If they only have it for 6 months and then literally have to put,
That's not the experience. That's not the
bin.
experience that you want initial collectors to have.
Yeah, they're not going to
mechanical
go back
watches.
like think 10 years ago. Oh, that was a great watch. It was like, oh, it's in the bin. Like, they're
Okay,
not,
so
like,
so it can't be a real watch. It has to be a quirky collectible kind of thing that people get as a fun take. It can't be like an actual, this is my only watch that I wear, right? Is that what you're?
No, I'm just saying, like, I think the strategy overall makes sense. It's just, I think in the long term, like if you're thinking long term, the problem is like long term, sorry, medium term, this thing ends up in the bin. Like,
Yeah, the 51 System 51 only lasts a couple of years.
Like I've never been nostalgic for a watch I've had to put in the bin. That's never happened. My thoughts about the watch and its entire life are now sullied if I've had to put it in the bin. No matter how much fun I did have with it, the fact that I ended up having to put it into a bin, yeah. So like I had this Marks and Spencer's watch that I had.
But weren't people watches that people bought in the 80s, didn't they end up in a shoebox somewhere or in the attic and you ended up pulling it out 20 years later? Oh yeah,
it still works because they were quartz. They were quartz. They were battery powered. So if it isn't a System 51, if it's battery powered, it'll last. If it's System 51, it's got a couple of years life.
Yeah, I had a Marks and Spencer's watch for my time around Southeast Asia, and I really loved it. I love seeing it in the photos, but the fact that I had to like bin it halfway through those travels because it died means I can't literally love that watch. You know, I can't. You know, so I think it would be great if these things were durable enough.
Would it be better? Is a good point here. Interesting point from Vimal. Let's say AP releases a Rolex with bioceramic material. Would everyone be celebrating this? Why would they need to collaborate with Swatch to do something like that? Let's say, like in their genius mind, they want to completely shake up the market and they want to bring in a flood of new collectors. What's to stop them from doing their own entry level watch at $3,000 or whatever, and make it extreme, have them control the marketing, have them control the distribution, have them control the quality, and let AP customers complain, oh, why are they coming out with a cheap $5,000 watch or whatever? But at least that way it would be an actual AP, and then they could defend it, they could control it and say, this is why we're doing it, because this is a part of the market, that we want, to whom we want to cater and we want to appeal. Why
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier on, OC. I think they've probably brokered a deal whereby they get a majority of the money, and then they can also say if it flops, oh, it wasn't any. It's nothing to do with AP. It's not AP's name that made them. It's Swatch.
Why would you want to enter into a collaboration where there's a high risk that it will fail or flop? It's like you want like if that's something that they're thinking, like, hey, you know what, let's separate this from the potential backlash. Like, why are you even doing it?
I've been thinking lately of the idea of making your portfolio always trying to move things in a direction of heads I win, tails you lose situations. And that's what doing the Swatch thing does. Like, they put this out, they make tons of money and they get lots of interest. But if some of that interest is negative, hopefully they can also distance themselves from any of the negative aspects of it.
That's like 4D chess. 4D chess going ahead. I mean,
you get both sides of the coin. Even the losing scenarios aren't that bad. So yeah, I think that's plausible.
This is the most baffling collaboration I think we've ever seen AP try to do. I mean, they've I mean,
No,
for a
no, no,
company,
no. They did that. Who's that? That murderer?
I'm not gonna don't say the
Scott?
name. Guys, let the chat do it. I'll see. Let the chat type it in.
Like they literally did a collab watch with
Alleged.
yeah, with a well, you know, negligent multi-homicide. I don't know what you want to call it.
Listen, they've done so many collaborations with all kinds of different people, from rappers to comic book.
Jay-Z to John Mayer to
John Mayer, that's who I was thinking about. That's who.
Yeah, John Mayer.
That's who I was talking about. Why did John Mayer's name not come to the tip of my tongue when I was saying all those things?
Yep. But this has to be one of the most baffling ones, because AP prides itself, and they're actually investing like tens of millions of dollars into advanced materials like, you know, titanium, bulk metallic glass, ceramic, multicolored ceramic, different gold alloys. It's like they're spending a fortune on research and development, and then to seed a part of the market, it's like, oh, this will be bioceramic, and Swatch will take the lead on the production of it. Kind of, it's baffling.
yeah.
You know, I mean, why wouldn't they go to Swatch and say, listen, we want to have a bioceramic offering. We want to license your technology. We'll even let you do the production or whatever, and it'll be an AP watch. I just
Well, I mean, distribution and volume is just like a huge logistical. Like, there's no way AP could approach selling millions of watches. Like, they'd have to. I tell you what, they'd have to. Every AP boutique, you picture in your head what your AP boutique looks like. We'll pull up an image. Hold on, we'll do that.
Let's back up 4 years. Like when they're developing the Moon Swatch. It's a massive hit. And the head of Swatch Group is thinking, okay, now what are we going to do next? They came out with the Blancpain design and maybe a couple of others. Maybe this was one of them. Was it Swatch's idea to say, listen, let's go to AP and see if they want to do something? And Francois actually goes, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's go ahead. It'll take us a few years, but let's. And do you think that's how it came about? Swatch's idea, and Benihana fucking approved it?
I think Benihana came to them. But okay, here's your typical AP boutique. And then what you would have over here is this little section that says Swatch Pop, and a little hole in the wall, and there's like one minimum wage worker that is just handing out watches all the time.
Like a drive-through window.
Yeah, like the hole in the wall, literal hole in the wall. That's how it has to be. Like, you recognize that is how it would have to be. Like, if AP had to also sell 1 million watches on the side, they literally would have to have a hole in the wall and not allow these smelly people into the store to purchase a $300 watch.
Yeah. I mean, if this watch comes out and people get introduced to Audemars Piguet, and they actually are walking like through a high-end mall, or they're walking on Fifth Avenue or Crystal Shops in Las Vegas or Bond Street, Thomas, where you are, and they see the Audemars Piguet boutique, and imagine what the experience is going to be like when they think that they can go in wearing their watch. Oh, that's the brand I got. Let's go check out their. And then they're greeted at the door by some 6'6" security guy asking if they have an appointment. I mean, could you?
Okay, that's hypothetical.
This is comical.
Let's think real. Let's think real. There's going to be millions of people who become AP fans and try to go to a boutique.
Logistics-wise, what happens?
Just like no stupid hole in the wall. I'm just saying, okay, these are sold at Swatch, but you're going to have millions of people literally trying to get some time at the boutique. This is going to be absolute. You've seen your boutique. I don't know if you've gone to your local boutique, Thomas, but this is not.
I went to the one in Geneva. I went to the one in Geneva when it was just so snobby and.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, I have changed my mind on AP a lot in this last year. Talking to them. Going to the AD and seeing what they're about. Their staff are very good. Like, as in they are trained very well. They know a lot about watches. My APSA knows way more about AP and their past references and so on and so forth than my Rolex SA. And I think my Rolex SA is actually really good, like above like 90% of other SAs in terms of knowledge and fandom.
But they're also
really,
pretty snooty too. And I mean, how are they going to be talking behind the scenes about this collaboration? If
I'd love to talk to my SA today and have them, you know, give their real takes on this. That would never happen.
Yeah, I mean, but the time to do it is now, when this is still a rumor and not confirmed, right? It's like,
right.
Like, there's no way you guys would be stupid enough to do something like this, right? And he's like, fuck no, this is bullshit, fake news. We're not going to fucking stoop. That would be a disaster. And then something actually comes out, you know, and the next time you go to visit, it's like, maybe you're even wearing one. Just you know, made for boxers kind of coming around. This is going to be awkward. The more you talk about it, the more I see a problem with this collaboration. Listen, but they haven't thought about every single one of these things. You don't engage in a project like this, and the years that it takes to plan it out and to have it come to fruition and launch it without thinking about all these contingencies. And
could you imagine someone buys this thing, the Royal Pop, we'll just say Royal Pop, and they're just completely dismissed at the AP boutique? Like, but could you imagine how that person would feel? Like, just how bad it would feel. Like, they've already spent $600 on the brand, and they're not even allowed into the store. And maybe if they are allowed into the store, they're
waving it in the window. They're going, look.
No, but even if they do the appointment and then like they get, you know, honestly, the normal experience of a first customer, you know, they're trying to do their best. But in this case, they now have 500 appointments a month instead of 100 appointments a month, trying to deal with all this riffraff. So they got to make a reappointment 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, is there an example where there's been a brand collaboration like this, where a very low-end brand partnered with a very high-end brand, and what did it mean for the high-end brand? I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's something like this that happened. Usually the collaborations are like
this would have to be like Spa. There has to be something higher than that. This would have to be, I'll just say it, like Spargo collaborating with McDonald's for like a breakfast sandwich. And then
but
there has to be a higher brand than Spargo. Like, I mean, OC, you're in New York. You probably got better brands out there. What would it be? Who collabs with McDonald's to make this analogy work?
I don't know, but the collaborations are usually from different industries. Like, you have someone from music collaborating with a watch brand, or someone from fashion collaborating with a watch brand, or someone from, you know, whatever world collaborating with the luxury brand. You usually don't have like from the same actual vertical selling the same products.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like, I don't know, like if Ross came out with a Goyard, you know, leather goods collection, you know, like it would be like Ross collaborating with LV or Goyard or whatever. I don't like name like a low budget leather goods partnering with high-end leather goods, and who would it be good for, and why would you do it? So,
or Ford collaborating with Ferrari or something, or, you know,
that's not even that distant though. Because if Ford make a super hot V10 supercar, they end up charging supercar prices, and they end up being worth lots of money, and so on and so forth. So the brand value of Ford isn't actually that low. That's not a bad one. Sorry, that's Goyard. I didn't pronounce it. Goyard and Target.
Yeah, Target would come first because Target would be the big distributor. Limited edition Toyota Ferrari collab. There's
No,
another
no.
good
As I
one.
said, it doesn't work that well with the cars because if Toyota puts out literally a supercar, it gets like take a look at the LFA and all of the hype that the Toyota GT is getting. Like, there's no Toyota. There is no brand, I think, in cars that is so low that if they put out a supercar, that people just dismiss it. Like Maserati, all their regular cars are a joke and are worth nothing, but the MC20 and MC12 are unbelievable, right? So there's no BMW Super as an example. I think the BMW aspects are like a neg on the Super at the moment, but yeah, I don't think there's a car brand. Like, I mean, maybe you could say Chrysler. Like if Chrysler had a supercar come out,
Mhm.
you know, and it had the helping hand of a collab, that it would still be negative. I don't know.
A lot of these collabs just don't. I mean, I guess Jacob and Co does a lot of these collabs, especially but they partner, like they try to pair luxury with luxury. Like for Jacob, it'd be like they do Bugatti, Jacob and Co, or Godfather, Jacob and Co, kind of those kinds of things that are, they try to like luxury level or whatever. I don't know. This is just weird. If you're just joining us, breaking news at this hour: Swatch and Swiss luxury brand Audemars Piguet apparently teasing a collaboration that is launching on the 16th of May, 2026. Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. This is real. This is actually happening. Swatch and AP, the collaboration is going to be the Royal Pop, whatever that is. And we're bracing for impact, bracing for repercussions on both brands. This is arguably pretty dang good for Swatch at a time where they need attention and traffic and sales. And the jury is out on what the impact will be to the AP brand. Got Tan joining us in Paris, France. Hello, OC. Porsche did a collaboration 30 years ago with another car manufacturer. It was Seat. And they used a system Porsche on their engine. How did that collaboration work out? I never even heard of Seat before. Is that
a Spanish brand? In Australia, I remember in the 90s, and this was before the BMW X, before every manufacturer made an SUV, there was a brand called SsangYong. No one had ever heard of it in Australia. And they advertised heavily that it was basically a Mercedes collab. I mean, collab isn't a term that we used in the 90s, but there was Mercedes stuff in their marketing. And I think maybe it was just a Mercedes engine or something like that. But I don't think that hurt Mercedes in any way, to be associated with basically a literally nothing brand. So I have no idea. I think maybe cars are impervious. Like maybe the branding of a car is always less important than the actual car. You know what I mean? Like it's basically, if it's got the badge, it doesn't mean it's the good car. You know what I mean? Like we would look down on, say, like the Ford or Ferraris or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't care. Like I'm not saying I look down on that. I don't care, but I can see. It seems to me that the car is more important than the brand ultimately. But I don't know.
Let me see if I can find some other Instagram posts here. Swatch AP. Let's see if we got anything going on here.
Oh, Johnson EDC might be right. Maybe the analogy only works if we don't assume that we're selling a high-end version that's badged up, but something that's pretty entry level, and then badge it up. Do you get what I mean? So he says putting a Ferrari badge on a base Camry is probably more akin. That makes sense to me. The problem is the Camry is actually a good car, so I don't I don't appreciate that too much. But
I'm going to drop this in the private chat. Let me know if you think if you want to pull this one up or if you want me to pull it up. Check this out. You just muted Aussie.
Oh, sorry for the delay. I don't have Instagram, so it
Oh,
won't-
I don't,
okay.
have,
Wow.
I don't have Instagram either, so
I'll pull it up. Mm,
Instagram just bans me like within minutes of me joining, and then I have gone through the process of identifying myself before, and now I realize it. All they're trying to do is they're trying to identify people, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, this looks like fun.
this is almost like this. Imagine if this is like the Alibaba style advertising.
oh, mess, isn't it?
What is all this shit? So it says AP Swatch Royal Oak Collection, Royal Oak Jumbos, offshores, complications. Global release May 16th. This is not official, by the way. This is just some guy going crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's just
ceramic,
pure
ceramic case and bezel, quartz movement, 3-bar water resistance, Swiss made, global release. This is good. This is the good use of AI. You're able to. I mean,
is that the tagline of a new watch, or the or a massage parlor global release? I don't know.
Pop the oak. This guy took a lot of. How long did it take to actually come up with this? A legend goes. Let's see what he says here. Let's see if I can make this bigger. I can't. Wish I could. A legend goes pop. The Royal Oak reimagined through Swatch, bioceramic, something, whatever. This is not a Royal Oak. This is a Royal Okay. Jesus Christ.
MD Chaz says he just got to the watch store. He's 73rd in line.
Yeah.
73
Already.
might be, yeah, you do need to cross your fingers. Do double cross fingers, quad cross fingers, because 73 in line is probably not going to get one. Probably not going to get one.
Nope, not gonna fly. I mean,
Because it was 50
but-
last time, right? Like 50.
no, they had
Vegas,
didn't have
it was
1,000.
100.
Didn't it, was it 100 or 1,000 the first
No,
time?
no,
I can't
Vegas
remember.
had like 100.
That's it.
Maybe 150. But I mean, they were just trying to ring people up the whole day long. I mean, it was tough. Like from doors open to doors closed, they were just selling moon swatch after moon swatch after moon swatch.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Every watch has a post. Let me bring this one up. Boom. Every watch is kind of like over the last few days, Swatch has been dropping hints about something new. The Royal Pop, a clasp click, a fabric chain. Everything points to a collaboration with Audemars Piguet's Royal Oak. We connected the dots and came up with an AI-generated concept of what we think the collaboration may look like. The official announcement is set for May 16th. So this is every watch, which is like a reputable kind of, they're owned by something, like they're partnered with Richemont Group or something. I can't remember what they are. They track auction results and then they do analytics for the watch industry. So they actually went through the motions of actually creating, based on all the available data, coming up with a concept. So they, in their mind, it's a pocket watch necklace with a open, what do they call this? They call it the case back is like an officer's case back, but this would be like a front.
Case
Yeah, officer's case front in this case.
case front. I think something like this would be a really cool sort of diversion away from the wristwatch. I think it'd be really. I think this kind of thing could be quite popular.
But where would it literally be? I mean, like a lanyard. Like, I mean, they never did that in the past. Like a pocket watch was kept in a pocket watch pocket.
I don't see anybody buying this thing if it's not wearable on the wrist.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be cheap.
This
It's
kind of
not $100 or $200. They're going to be probably 500-600 plus.
yeah, this would be
1,000.
1,000. This would be about 1,000 because this kind of thing would appeal to the watch nerd. It wouldn't appeal to the mass market.
Yeah. I don't think this has any chance of it being pocket watch only.
How many stupid watch nerds are there in the global watch community that would actually plunk down over $500 for the novelty of something like this? I mean, like, what is
Well, it's your free ticket to a visit to the AP boutique, and you're front and center for a first purchase Royal Oak.
Thomas?
Sure,
How much?
That's the promise of this watch. It's the promise of this watch is you're getting your Royal Oak if you make your appointment next.
I mean, how much does one of those pizza watches cost from Studio Underdog that literally are garbage?
500, 600 quid.
What? Those are $600 for those?
£600. Yeah, so about
Fucking outrageous. People pay $600 for a Studio Underdog?
About $750. Yeah.
What a fucking ripoff! Absolute ripoff.
Well, there was a Spinnaker SpongeBob collab that I really, really liked. I wanted either the Patrick or the SpongeBob, but it was like $560 or something. I'm just like, I can't be spending.
In other words,
$506 on
watch people are idiots. I mean,
they are. OC. They are.
Listen, they're rich with disposable income. They like, yeah, I'll get a Studio Underdog, and then if this is $1,000, I could see thousands of them lining up to pay to get this to wear at their Red Bar event or whatever the hell they go to. This is scary. If this is even close to real. I wish I could make it bigger. Thank you, Speedy. Welcome, Speedy Horrendous, who's in the chat, is also a member. Good to have you. Guys, don't forget about the memberships. This channel pretty much survives. We don't do very much super chats here. We do only memberships. So become a member at any level. Be most appreciated. If you have a star next to your name, you are a member. Thank you. If you have a star next to your name, use your member milestone chat. It's now May, so you may have a free member milestone chat. Use it before you lose it, guys. I will be doing, I'm not allowed to talk about it yet, but listen, if you're in New York, I will be at Bucherer Watch Week this Saturday, which is, what day is that, the 9th? This Saturday, May 9th, at Bucherer Time Machine in New York. If you want to join Bucherer Watch Week in Las Vegas, join Aussie Expat. He'll be there on May 23rd, I believe. What day are you hosting people at Bucherer Watch Week?
Every day until the summer holidays. I have to make the full court press on Land Dweller 36, and so that means I'm there every day. They've got one in the window. Every day I'm asking them to make it mine. So I'll be there from store open till store closed from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Got it. Guys, support. We're now officially promoting Bucherer Watch Week. Come to Bucherer Time Machine in Manhattan this Saturday, May 9th. I'll see you there. And then if you can't make that in New York, visit Time Dome, Bucherer Time Dome in New York, in Las Vegas. And I believe the date is May 23rd. Check Bucherer.com for more details. But I'll be there this Saturday. Maybe live streaming. You never know. Maybe. All right. So that's all we have here.
Yeah. I was about to go back to Spinnaker, but yeah. I hope everyone had a decent amount of AMD because they're up like 15% today. That's a good way to pay for your next Royal Oak.
The market has been crushing it over the past 2 months.
AMD's gone up 25% in the last like 24 hours. It's absurd. It's amazing. I've held them since 2017. It's wild.
I'm going to do a poll based on Thomas's super chat, which I'm going to read in 2 seconds. Will you buy one of these? And here are your choices: 100% yes, or it's going to be simple. Hell no. 100% yes or hell no. Will you buy one of these? The poll is now live. Thomas Burnett, super chat. He's on the panel, volunteering his time, and also super chatting. Let's do this. Put a vote in the poll. Vote in the poll if you'd like to buy one of these upcoming AP Swatch collabs. The poll is live. Thank you. It's a £5 poll, guys. So vote in the poll today. Will you be buying one? Assume that it's $500 or under $1,000. Will you be buying one of these Swatch AP collabs? Vote now.
I think
in the poll.
The next poll should be on what we think the design will be. I think there are candidates. Will it be a 1-to-1 of a jumbo? Will it be a weird pop thing where you can put on your wrist or put on your desk and so on and so forth? Or will it be 100% like balls to the wall pocket watch? Any other options?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me pull up another Instagram with some more mock-ups here. Okay, this is a good one. Shout out to my friend in Germany, Watch Ragazzi. He did some mock-ups. He did an Instagram post this morning too, like to contribute to the fury in anticipation of what this may be. And he did some mock-ups there. See, these actually kind of look, there's no way they're going to come out with a bracelet that look the Royal Oak style bracelet. There's no way. No way.
I put that in the low 5% chance.
If you just joined us,
I started thinking about it from Swatch's perspective. This is a minor risk to Swatch from the perspective as we pointed out, most people have no effing clue who Audemars Piguet are. Like at all. Like this is a lot of heavy lifting from their side of the marketing and product. There's a lot of heavy lifting from their side.
Where is the hell maybe option? We don't even mail. It's simple. It's one choice or the other. Yes, you're buying it, or no, you're not. You got no fence sitting on this one. You have to make a snap judgment. If you just
like
joined
you got
us,
the call. You got the call.
Yeah, you got
to
the
pick
call.
up to get the bioceramic Royal Oak jumbo. And
what do you do? Yeah, what do you do to get put on the wait list for the Swatch Royal Pop collaboration? You got to ingratiate yourself to the Swatch. I think the rollout's going to be a huge success. The Moon Swatch was extremely well orchestrated. They picked certain number of boutiques in certain cities to create a tremendous amount of buzz. Then they rolled it out to the next cities and the next cities. And like every week was like a whole bunch of anticipation. And then they limited it. So it was like you were in line, you had to get there early, and only certain few hundred were available. And imagine if there's different variations and different colors. Like one of them is going to be hot and one of them is not going to, it's going to be a little bit less desirable. But I think this is I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy for AP. Could this just all be, is it possible this is fake? There's no way, Aussie expat, that AP is doing a collaboration with Swatch. There's no way. This can't be real. Come on.
I know Swatch have dug up in their archive somewhere that they actually leased some of the Royal Oak fonts and designs to AP, and they just forgot about it. That they actually are the true owners of some of the IP you're seeing. There's no collab at all.
By the way, let me pull this up here. There was an Instagram message. Let me see if I can find it, where it actually showed from the trademark, the U.S. Trademark Office, the Royal Pop trademark. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. Royal Pop trademark. Here we go. Check this out. Here we have, boom. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can blow it up and actually read it. Bear with me for a second. This says Swatch AG, which is the Swatch Group, Swiss Corporation, Nicholas G. Hayek, CEO. And this is registered December 17th, 2024, Royal Pop. And it is for precious metals and their alloys, figurines made of precious metals or plated therewith, trophies made of precious metals, jewelry, namely rings, earrings, cufflinks, bracelets, charms, brooches, necklaces, gemstones, horological and chronometric instruments, namely chronometers, chronographs, clocks, watches, wristwatches, wall clocks, alarm clocks. You get the idea. This is basically a registered trademark for the term Royal Pop, registered by Swatch Corporation. Cloud Ken's in the chat. Are we going to get Aussie OC meetups? We already did a meetup in Vegas. We met up in Vegas 2024, I think was the last time I was there. Did a big meetup at Bouguerer, ironically. Speedy Hernandez, member for 17 months. That's almost a full year of membership. If they actually did those versions with the bracelet, people would be murdering each other to move up just one spot in line. Let me see. That is.
I think that's accurate, especially if they had the 6 color versions, and your only chance to get the one that you like is like if you're in the top 10. That would be brutal.
What price point do you think would be the realistic price point if they actually did bioceramic with a bracelet in those 6 colors, beige and navy blue and olive green or whatever? I think these would be $1,000 watches.
I think the trouble is like whether or not they want them to be sold out and have this allure of being completely unavailable. It'd be easy to justify 1,000 plus considering PRXs are not cheap. But it can't, moving up price points is just going to sort of kill the idea that this is like a hype thing,
Meaning it needs to be priced lower to generate a lot of.
You want to hear about 2x, 3x market prices and stuff like that. You want that crazy.
What are those websites like Hype Beast, and what are these apps that you get where you get an alert says, hey, go buy this sneaker at Champs. There's a big sneaker drop at Foot Locker 10 a.m. tomorrow or whatever. That's what you want, right? You want it's $500, but these are going to be on eBay for $1,500. Get in line right now.
Yeah. I got to run. I got
all right, Aussie, thanks.
Lunch and stuff. It's been fun, and
thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. We're going to keep going because this breaking news goes out. Thanks, Aussie, for all your insight. Thomas, feel free to stay on or jump off at any time. Appreciate your being on. This is big news.
I got to jump off soon. I got to get in the queue for one of these.
Listen, the time, there's no better time than right now. I think they'd be between $1,000 and $1,500. Imagine throwing $1,500 down the drain.
I don't think there'd be that much at the store. I think there'd be about 800, 800, and then the flippers would be charging 1,500.
Yeah, that's plenty of profit. You know what? How hard most people have to work to make $500. I mean, whether you're working in a restaurant or do what normal people do, right? So it takes a lot of time. Look at this. We got F. I'm rich and wealthy in the chat. I think I've seen him sometimes here before. Audemars Piguet watches are underrated. I'm a big fan of AP. I'm wearing an AP right now. I don't want to see AP's brand ruined and tarnished by bad decisions, and I'm concerned about this. I'm concerned about what AP rank and file, what their actual salespeople are going to think if they actually did a collaboration with Swatch. Let's see. Okay, so we got the poll is running right now. Will you buy one of these? Yes or no? Believe it or not, there's a pretty significant chunk of people who say yes. Right now, it's over half of the people in the chat say, "Hell yeah, I'm going to buy one of these." That's crazy. That's ludicrous. I thought we had a smart audience, Thomas. What's going on?
Only 16 people have voted, so
That's it.
we've got,
Guys,
we've got,
voted-
we've got
there's over-
nearly 50 people watching. So come on,
Yes,
people,
nearly.
vote.
Yeah, there's nearly 50 people watching. If you're just listening in right now, you need to vote in the poll. The poll is, listen, it's anonymous, so we won't know. We won't hold you to it. Are you going to buy one? Yes or no? You don't know the price, but just assume the price. Whatever the price is, are you going to buy one? Yes or no? Just let us know in the chat.
Do you like the idea or not?
I have no idea. I didn't even know about this thing until I can't remember if it was early this morning or late last night when I saw something posted by the guy. And I should probably give him kudos because he was the first person to actually announce anything. Let me see if I can find his link. And then in the WhatsApp group, it was also posted. Let me post this guy because he deserves all the credit for being the first person on Instagram to do this. Hold on a second. Boom. This was the first Instagram post that I saw right here. Boom.
All right, yeah.
This guy named Ethan on Time.
Right.
And I think he was like literally the first person, and he's talking about he did a render of like an all green Royal Oak. This is mostly him talking. Let me see if I can get to the part where
Like the off catalog gem set one that they actually do.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that one, doesn't it?
I think that was done for a rapper, wasn't it? It was a collab for a rapper.
They did like a series of 10 of those in all kinds of different gemstones. Yeah. There it is. Boom.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is a mock-up. Don't worry, this isn't real. This is just a mock-up, guys. I own 4 APs. Corned beef, man, this is just a cool toy. I don't think it diminishes it one bit. A Swatch AP is not an AP. It's more of an homage. So Darth Simon, who's a big supporter of the Watch Hangout, he says, listen, this isn't going to hurt AP. It's people who own APs are going to kind of laugh at it and let the people who buy this and have their fun. Good point. Let me drop the link in the chat if you want to join the panel, share your opinion. Here is a link to jump on. Breaking news at this hour. There's apparently a collaboration underway for a 16th of May launch. A collaboration between 2 giant Swiss watch brands, Swatch and Audemars Piguet. By the way, did you hear about the controversy about the social media influencer who was denied? Were you at Watches and Wonders, Thomas?
I didn't make it this year, no.
Didn't make, but there was. It's too bad because if you were an influencer who showed up to the AP exhibit without an appointment, you could have taken to social media and whined and bitched and complained. And there was one influencer who did that and actually got a personal message from AP CEO Ilaria Resta inviting the guy to come to the booth the next day and that he would get a guided tour. What do you think of that? Have you heard the story that was broken by a very old, senile, jealous social media personality?
No.
Let's pull it up. It deserves to be covered at least 10 times. Let's go through the story, and I want to get your full reaction as well as reaction from people in the chat. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to read the story in its entirety. Let's read this article in its entirety. VIP customers of luxury Swiss watch brand Audemars Piguet were bewildered and concerned after a TikTok personality boasted about having an in-person one-on-one meeting with AP CEO Ilaria Resta during the Watches and Wonders industry event held in April in Geneva, Switzerland. The young influencer in his early 20s complained on various social media platforms after he was denied entry to the AP exhibit without an appointment. Now, if you show up without an appointment, what do you think? You know, you deserve to like take to social media and whine and complain and bitch like, hey, they didn't let me in because I didn't have an appointment.
Sometimes you can blag it, but you can't do anything about it. No.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Well, what he did was he complained on social media. According to a post on the influencer's social media, he was contacted personally by Miss Resta, who arranged to meet the next morning. Loyal AP customers were dismayed to learn that Miss Resta actually met with a TikToker who is widely known for publicly bragging about his goal to acquire hard-to-get references from different watch brands that sell for higher than retail value in the secondary market. So this is, I mean, apparently they didn't do their due diligence. They didn't know that this guy was someone who basically prides himself on ingratiating himself to luxury brands and trying to get super hard to get hype pieces at retail. VIP customers of industry leader Rolex were enraged when a well-known watch retailer in the northeastern United States, we won't name the retailer, but we know who it is, sold a highly desirable new Rolex Daytona Panda chronograph to the same influencer as his first purchase from the official Rolex jeweler, jumping ahead of hundreds of customers who'd been loyal to the retailer for decades, some of whom had been who had requested the watch and were waiting for several years. What do you think of that, Thomas? Someone who shows up at a Rolex authorized dealer and gets a white Panda Daytona as his first watch. Something weird is going on here, don't you think?
I was led to believe that Rolex were trying to get ADs to do that, to sort of mix it up a bit and not just stick to loyal customers, but to
let's give. I mean, listen, I understand giving Datejust, Submariners, maybe the odd GMT to a first-time customer, but giving them a rewarding someone who walks in off the street.
Catalog.
Well, it's not off catalog, but it's a Panda Daytona. I mean,
not the enamel dial one.
No, not the enamel. That would be impossible. But he got a Panda as his first watch. With respect to AP, the influencer has made it clear he intends to jump the line again and obtain the coveted Royal Oak Jumbo steel wristwatch as his first purchase from the brand, bypassing true collectors who have been loyal to AP and spent hundreds of thousands over the years. Audemars Piguet has been criticized for giving preferential treatment to social media influencers and even hosting special events and parties without inviting top customers or consulting local AP boutique management. A longtime AP collector commented, quote, "It makes you wonder when you see one of these influencers posting pictures from an AP event in your city and your sales team didn't invite you, or worse, didn't even know about it." Wow.
It's a game, isn't it? It's just a game. It's there's games to be played, and then there's people who will let you have them. Yeah, I guess.
It is a game indeed. Here's the first Instagram post that I saw that broke the news that because there were little hints on the Swatch website. They had there were different clues, but this is the first time that they actually used the phrase royal royal pop in their teasers. So this was one of the first ones that came out. Shout out to Watch Regazi. He did another one. Let me find that one. This one right here. Boom. With some mock-ups of some cool colors. And that's basically it. We covered everything. This is the breaking news at this hour. Swatch is apparently doing a collaboration with famed luxury brand Audemars Piguet.
Oh, let's see the results of the poll.
Let's see the results of the poll. Are you going to buy one? The answer is
Close.
yes. Wow. Wow. It got a lot closer as the poll went on. 52% of you say yes. 48% of you say hell no. That's still half the people are going to buy one of these. That's a lot of people. If you extrapolate that to all the smart collectors out there, that's going to be...
You're going to make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money. And Swatch is going to make a killing. Will AP suffer as a result, or will they benefit from all the publicity and from all the attention?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is rage bait. Listen, that was a legitimate article based on dubious sources and real data. Thank you, Genji.
Hey, well, if anybody else wants to hop on the panel, please do, because I've got to jump now.
You can jump. You can jump. Don't feel obligated to stay on. Feel free to jump.
Please,
I can run the show by myself for at least 5 minutes.
Please leave a thumbs up for the OC, the original OC, the main man,
and
bringing you these groundbreaking stories and hot news.
It's because I'm retired. I got nothing to do. I might as well. Listen, we got breaking news. We're going to take to the airwaves and cover it. But you sent me a WhatsApp very early in the morning too. You're like, hey, what's going on with this thing? Yeah. Thanks for jumping on.
Take care, everyone. Leave a thumbs up, please, and like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. YouTube
all that good stuff.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. See you later.
Thank you, Thomas. Andy Lewis says it would be the ultimate irony if he only got allocated codes. He should get nothing. I mean, honestly, he should be blacklisted. I wouldn't sell him anything. I would never sell. I mean, the fact that he got an in-person meeting with Alari Rest, that's a bad sign. Someone didn't do their homework, because he's not a fan of the brand, not a lover of the brand, and his audience doesn't represent. He has 1% of his audience is actually AP loyal people. So this is the breaking news at this hour, that we're actually getting a collaboration. This is mind-blowing to me. I can't believe this is really happening. Is this really going to happen? I mean, is this real? I want to doubt it. I really want to hope this isn't real. But that's the same thing that I thought about the Land Dweller. I mean, I thought, why are they going to name it the Land Dweller? That's an awful name. They're not going to do it. The watch is kind of cool, but they're not going to call it the Land Dweller. And sure enough, they call it the Land. I mean, listen, these guys can do whatever the F they want, and we have to take it. But this is the breaking news at this hour. Swatch apparently is doing a collaboration with famed Holy Trinity brand Audemars Piguet. What form it's going to take, we shall see. If you want to jump on the panel, let's see. I got to find that link to pin. Boom, and there you go. The link to join the panel is pinned. Look at this. Patek Philippe VIP collector Russell's in the chat. Hell no. He's not buying one. Listen, this is I've got my AP. Listen, I'm an actual fan of the brand. I don't want to see them I don't want to see them water down their image. I don't want to see bad collaborations. I don't want to see woke marketing. I don't want to see poorly handled sales experiences. My sales experience is pretty good, but I'm just saying that, you know, pushing codes on the people to sell watches, you know, you should turn it around, make the code desirable. Put the code on celebrities. That's a big fan, you know, a big strategy of Buckley. Make the code hot instead of like being perceived as a you gotta buy this kind of watch. The Royal Oak. What else is there to say? I can't believe this is happening. I'm going to go to the Swatch homepage, the actual Swatch.com homepage, and you can see that you find the teaser. Here it is. Boom. That's it. This is live. This is the actual Swatch. As you can see here, Royal Pop. The Royal is the exact same font as the Royal Oak from AP. The panel's open for any topics you guys want to talk about. We've got, see, G Godwa's even in the chat. G Godwa, trolls are allowed as long as you're here for Watch Talk. Trolls are allowed, but step over the line, the mods will take you right out. Be careful. The mods rule with an iron fist. So keep it to Watch Talk, guys. Watch Talk only. Guy Daniel Quack is in the chat. Tobister says AP just announced a new code. Come on. That's not true. Guys, keep it clean. Keep it clean in the chat. What else is there anything else going on that you guys want to talk about? Watch related or otherwise in the watch community? Got over 50 people watching. If you're one of the 50 people watching, type in a fresh comment in the chat. What usually happens is people turn on the live stream and then they just leave it on in the background, you know? And that's cool. If you're doing something like you're doing yard work right now, or you're running errands and you're listening in on the background, or if you're driving, don't type in a comment. But if you're actually on your phone or on the desktop or whatever, type in a comment. Type in a comment. Let me know you're out there. Would you buy one of these? The answer is 52% yes, 48% no. That's a lot of people. Way too many people. Way too many people that would waste their money on a Swatch collaboration with AP. Hey, look at this. We've got nope. He's not going to buy one. He's not going to buy one. Good. Original Mathis in the chat. He's a moderator. He's a member and co-CEO of both the Watch Colony and Original OC Channel Networks, which means he's technically my boss. Reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. If you're new to the channel, this is the Original OC Channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. We talk about Rolex, AP. I should change that order. Rolex, Patek, Richard Mille, and AP. And at this point, AP may be dropped off because if they do something like this, it could be the death of the brand. And I'm not being dramatic. This is not hyperbole. I think it's pronounced hyperbole. This is not hyperbole, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed, like, share with friends. Most important thing is that you're subscribed and you enable notifications. Enable all notifications. Do that on your YouTube app as well as for the channel. Audemars Piguet needs to stay single. Yeah, we don't need collabs. We don't need collabs. That's a very cool. That's the Black Beast in the Fook Rich. I'm Fook and Rich. I'm wealthy. I like the name. I'm going to be doing some consolidation in my collection. As you guys know, I got rid of Omega. I got rid of Zenith. I'm going to be doing some other things too. I'm going to be changing the collection a little bit. I have too many watches. I have, I think, 11 or 12 watches. Too many. I'm going to get rid of some of these pieces that have very, very high cost per wear. And I'm going to be concentrating. So my goal is to, by June 30th, have a much more streamlined collection, which will allow me to have the flexibility of adding a piece or two sometime this year. We shall see. I think that's all. Shout out to this guy, Ethan on Time, whoever Ethan is. Looks like a typical watch guy, right? He's the one who broke the news. He was the first Instagram account that actually did a mock-up of the watch. I'm just going to sit here. If you guys want to leave, feel free to leave. Feel free to trickle away. Check this out. Boom. Yep, this is the trademark. Royal Pop trademark. This is legit. This is from Swatch. So this thing's happening. Please leave the show now. I'm not going to talk about anything else. There's nothing else to talk about, guys. There's nothing. We've covered everything. We covered all the Patek releases, all the Rolex releases. We covered Richard Mille. Awesome new release. That could be release of the year. 5501 from Richard Mille. Awesome. Shout out to all my friends who were at the F. Piguet aperitif last night. Got some great pics. Heard some amazing stories of all the people. If you were there, if you're one of the people that was at one of the F. Piguet aperitifs last night, either in New York, Miami, Beverly Hills, Milan, Dubai, Tehran, Seoul, wherever you were, wherever they have a boutique, let us know in the chat. How was it? I heard some great stories about the event last night. If you're in Los Angeles, check out Neighborhood Watch Fair this Saturday. Neighborhood Watch Fair this Saturday in Los Angeles. That's being put on by Neighborhood Watch Club, sponsored by Barossa. And if you're in New York City this Saturday, come see me. Come see me at Bucherer Watch Week Time Machine, New York. I will be there. Maybe even Friday and Saturday. Join me, Andrew Morgan, and a bunch of watch brands. It's mainly come for the people. Come for the people. I met a bunch of great people at Bucherer Watch Week last year. Come this Friday and Saturday, May 8th and 9th, Bucherer Time Machine, New York City, Bucherer Watch Week. Come have your picture taken with OC. No autograph pictures though. I don't sign autographs. But you can take your picture with OC. What else? What else is happening, guys? Those are all the announcements. Those are all the announcements that I can make at this time. Let's see here. This was a good post by Watch Ragazi, who is also one of the first influencers, YouTubers to break the news. Vimal says the Royal Pop trademark is registered to a Chinese company, not Swatch. That's not according to what the information that I have here. I'm looking at something that looks like something from the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Royal Pop, Swatch Corporation. Is this fake news? Is this a mock-up? Let me know. Check it out, Vimal. Do a little bit of more research. Let us know. But yeah, breaking news at this hour. It pains me to say it, but it looks like the rumors of a collaboration between Swatch and luxury brand Audemars Piguet are true. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. Is this the only word mark filed by the USTO? Let me know. Hey, you got Ryan Singer in the chat. He's a moderator, reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. It's a shame people are supposed to be leaving, guys. We don't have anything to talk about. Feel free to leave at any time. I'm not going to be talking about anything. So what happened? We were down to 40 viewers. Now we're up to 60. What's going on? You guys are supposed to be leaving. Please exit the live stream. There's nothing going on here. But thank you for upvoting. How do we get 60 people? Guys, there's so many lurkers. Guys, vote. Upvote. We should have at least 50 likes at this point. We got Silicon Hairspring. I know Silicon Hairspring. I think I know your real name, right? I can't remember. I try not to remember people's real names because I don't want to accidentally blurt them out. I will see you on Saturday, OC. Cool, guys. If you want to meet OC and hang with me, I will be at Bucher Watch Week this Saturday, May 9th. Bucher Time Machine, New York City. Come meet OC, take a photo, learn about all the new releases from, I'm not allowed to say the R brand because they're not they're not involved. But there are other brands there. See, the thing is the R brand and the P brand, they're at that store, but this event, I'm not allowed to mention their names. But I can mention Tudor, Armand Strom, Elise Nardin, and all that other stuff. I can mention those brands. I'm not allowed to mention the R brand or the P brand in conjunction with this particular event. Bucher Watch Week this Saturday, May 9th. Bucher Time Machine, New York City. I will be there. I'll be there the whole day. Come hang out with OC. Talk about my bad choice to buy a sin, which is possibly illegal and dumb. Nope, not illegal. I wouldn't, not dumb, ill-informed maybe, but I have enough Rolex and it's cool and not that expensive. Yeah, it was a mistake. Tobister is a mistake. Honestly, guys, please listen carefully. Do not buy watches without my approval. At this point, the global moratorium is still in effect. You guys it's easy to kind of forget because it's so, it's commonplace. But there's a global moratorium on watch purchases. Every single purchase that's even being considered by a smart collector has to be reviewed and approved by OC in many times in advance. Otherwise, you risk making a terrible decision. And listen, if I can talk people out of making mistakes, that I don't charge for that. I do that for free. Do that for free. It is a service. In a way, it's kind of an obligation to the global watch community to prevent bad decisions. Sin is a totally fine brand. Nothing against them, but don't buy their watches. Do not buy any of their watches. Now, I think Michael W in the chat has 2 or 3 Sins. He's actually a Sin collector. And if you have a Sin Navitimer, more power to you. But don't, at this point, if you're watching this channel, don't buy any Sin. Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything, guys, except Rolex and Patek. And even those purchases should be sent to me in advance. Some people have been messaging me about the news that AP also is officially getting into sponsorship of the sport that's called padel. Are you guys familiar with this? I mean, is it paddle or padel? But is it like pickleball? I mean, guys in the chat, can you please help me? Because I think it's big is it big in Asia or South America or something like that? But there is word today that that AP has officially entered the world of padel by signing one of the top padel players. I think it's big in India or something. And his name is Agustin Tapia. Who is like the world's #1 padel player, which I think is like pickleball. It looks like a pickleball court. I don't, and then AP is getting involved in bringing him on as a brand ambassador. Let me see if I have official word from AP on that. Let me see here. Instagram. I mean, they're just doing all kinds of weird stuff. Like, they're just odd behavior, very odd behavior at AP recently. Do I want to show some more mock-ups? I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show this. Oops. I'm showing it. Oops. No, I want to show the official AP Instagram and see if there's news about this. I think there is. About this padel player. I don't know, like it's not tennis. It's weird. Search. Show me an account. I want an account. Okay, here it is. Boom. Guys, if you're still watching, feel free to leave at any time. I'm not doing anything on the show. I'm literally not doing anything. Shaped by the world, shaped by the continuous interaction, the sport, if you can call it that, the sport of padel relies on timing, synchronization, and the ability to read subtle variations in rhythm, a level of attention and balance that echoes the precision of haute horloger. Sport has long provided AP with a cultural connection beyond watchmaking And by supporting Padel, we meet our community in settings where time is shared and exchange unfolds with ease. And here's this is a weird, I think it's like pickleball. Oh, that's a cool watch. I like that one. That's the steel with the navy blue ceramic. That's cool. I like that. And here is the Agustin Tapia joins the AP family. Audemars Piguet fine watchmaker and world's #1 Padel player, Agustin Tapia joined forces. Precision, creativity, and technical excellence unite in a shared vision. One, driven by passion, collective energy, and the desire to push boundaries. Okay. I don't know where he's from. Is he like an Indian, South American? What's his deal? Not familiar with the sport of Padel. I am familiar with pickleball. I've never played pickleball. I will probably never play pickleball. But yeah, they're getting into new sports. Is this a sport that is this like a luxury sport, or is this like a common person sport? Interesting. Puddle. Puddle is tennis meets squash means pickleball. So it's puddle. That's how you pronounce it? Puddle? It's not Padel? Audemars Puddle. Audemars Padel. Vimal says, funny, Agustin Tapia's puddle partner, Arturo Coelho, announced a partnership with Rolex earlier this year in January. At least they have him wearing something other than a Royal Oak. Yeah, he's wearing the Royal Oak Offshore, but it's a beautiful one. Steel with the navy blue ceramic bezel. That's like one of the best looking Royal Oak Offshores. You never heard of Puddle before, but congratulations to AP for getting involved in Puddle. Listen, guys, I think we are pretty much done. Unless someone wants to jump on, I'll drop the link in the chat. The breaking news at this hour, Swatch is prepared to launch a new collaboration with luxury watchmaker Audemars Piguet. According to the Swatch website, boom, here we go. It's called the Royal Pop. And it's going to be launched on May 16th. And that's the breaking news. And that's it. That's all she wrote. You can feel free to leave now. Now is a good time to leave. Let's see what else here. We got. Is there anything else you guys want to cover? Let's do this. There was just a release, a new video from John P. Now, John P is oh, look at John P. He's funny. Let's see what John P has to say about this. Turn on the closed captioning. John P is the first person to do a video about this new Swatch AP collaboration. Let's hear what he has to say about it. Let's go.
I can't believe that I'm actually making a video about this, but it does.
Believe it either. I can't believe that we're talking about this. I really don't think this is real. I know Aussie and Thomas and 2/3 of you have said this is real, but I really don't want it to be real. I really wish it's not real. If there's someone out there that also believes or hopes and prays, not a super religious person, but I'm going to be super religious about this. I'm going to pray right now. O Lord, our God, King of the universe, please make this not be true. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. If someone could write it in Hebrew for me to do a prayer, Lord, O God, King of the mountain, please make it so that this Swatch AP collaboration is false. I would pray right now. Will you wait again in Times Square? No, not for this. I'm against it. I was for the Swatch Omega collaboration that resulted in the Moon Swatch. I was for that. I thought that was great for both brands. Some people disagree. This, I think, is awful for AP. This could be the death of AP, if true. And maybe I'll be proven wrong. I don't know. Guys, feel free to leave the show at any time. I want to give a shout out to John P. If you know John P., send him a link to the live stream. Let him know that we're about to cover his video, his new video that he just dropped on this collaboration. What I'll do is to be super cool, since he was the first person to do a video about this, I'll drop a link to his channel in the chat. Shout out to John P. Watches. Boom, subscribe to him right here. I don't think I'm subscribed. Maybe I am, I'm not sure. But he's the first person to do a video about this. I'm the first person to do a live stream, the first person to break the news on YouTube, and the first live stream on YouTube. Of course, we break the news here. Original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. I will not be waiting in Times Square. But thank you. Let's hear what John P. has to say on this subject.
I can't believe that I'm actually making a video about this, but
we do play copyrighted material on this channel. We are doing it today. We do so consistent with United States copyright laws under fair use. And the views and opinions expressed on this panel and in the chat do not necessarily represent the views of Original OC channel, or Original the Brand LLC. Thank you.
does seem like Audemars Piguet, AP, and Swatch are possibly doing a collaboration here. Now, if you've been in watches for a while, I'm sure you're more than aware of the Omega Moon Swatch collaboration, as well as the Blancpain collaboration with Swatch. But we're going to cover why that's different and what this means if Audemars Piguet actually releases this. Now, I'm not just totally making this up. I'll talk about why many people in the watch collecting community are taking this pretty seriously based on things that Swatch has been saying. We're going to talk a little bit about it and what this could mean on both ends of the stick. But guys, before we do that,
please don't promote anything. We don't do sponsorships or product placement or any of that stuff. We don't do free advertising here.
to 18% under the pre-owned market pricing. We've had some
Okay, fast forward.
account. They have been releasing some teasers. There'll be pictures here, but as you can see in the pictures, they have Royal and they have Pop. Now, the words in themselves don't guarantee any kind of a Royal Oak, but there are some subtle hints for those of you that know or have seen an AP Royal Oak case back.
This is good. This is good analysis. This is basically that analysis that we've covered that shows that the Royal is the exact same font as the word Royal Oak, and the Pop has an overlapping P&O, the way that Royal Oak, the O and the A kind of overlap in their logo.
And it's particularly the fonts. The fonts are the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak fonts from the case back. There'll be a picture here as well. But if you look at pop, especially the first two letters and how they intersect, it's pretty much identical to how oak intersects. So
yep, that's pretty much it. Unless Swatch is trolling, I don't know why they would be trolling. Terry Beach is in the chat. I'm waiting for the Patek Philippe Timex collaboration. Not going to happen, Terry. Not going to happen. Patek's not going to stoop so low. Patek is not going to stoop low and do something like this. By the way, the link to join the panel is pinned. Link to join the panel is pinned at the top or the bottom of the chat or wherever it's pinned if you want to jump on the panel. Shout out to John P. Let's continue on.
Sure, there are other brands with royal lines like the Tudor Royal and a handful of others. It's a luxury industry. Royal sounds nice. But when you start looking at the design and the aesthetics and how on point it is, if for any of you graphic designers or marketers or people in the digital space out there know this.
His background is much nicer than mine. Like I literally have OC Studio is like literally empty. I have a giant studio. I've shown it before. It's about 1,200 square feet. OC Studio is massive. It's 1,200 square feet. I've got a giant couch, a big screen TV, but I've literally got nothing behind me. It's just like I have the worst background of any professional or amateur studio of any YouTuber. At least this guy's sitting in his living room. He's got drapes. He's got a garden outside. He's got 2 chairs. He's got a like a drape thing over one of the chairs. He's got a guitar, looks like a guitar in the background. Yeah. He's got a professional looking setup here. I'm not. By the way, it looks like John P has a fresh what do they call that cut? Where it's like super shaved. I have a haircut here, but my hair is gray. Like I don't like it where you can like see the scalp. What do you call it? Fade? A fresh fade. It's like a very sharp line there. I don't. My line is created because it goes from dark hair to like my gray hair. That's not my scalp. There's some leakers on Twitter who show a picture of the 4th teaser. Yeah, send it to me on Instagram. It's Original OC on Instagram, and you can send it to me. And then type in the chat when you've sent it, and I can pull it up. Or if you know me, you probably have me on WhatsApp. Let's see here. I've got very loyal viewers. Let's see. Shout out to SE, by the way. SE, who's lurking in the chat. Okay, let's continue on here. John P's take of this Swatch AP collaboration
is so accurate and it means the world. So in my head, in my mind, there is some type of collaboration coming out here because Audemars Piguet is not part of the Swatch family. Omega and the Moon Swatch is part of Swatch. They are owned by Swatch as well. Blancpain is. And so for them to use the iconography and the stylings and the font of essentially a competitor company without any kind of contract or partnership in place would be an IP, an intellectual property nightmare for graphic designers. And when the product today is essentially all marketing and graphic design to sell the watches online to people or digital, that would be a huge problem and liability. And so without question, there is some type of collaboration in my...
I have no idea. He's spending a lot of time talking about stuff that really doesn't matter. Like, I'm assuming that this is real because Like, let's just, it's real, because otherwise they'd be infringing on AP's intellectual property with this.
Have the dots. Sure, it's not the same exact pattern of the Royal Oak dial, but if you think about this from the market perspective or the collector perspective, and the response that AP would get from their most serious collectors, and sometimes their watches are over $1 million. You want to start talking ultra complicated perpetual calendar Royal Oaks and things that are, these one-offs, they are making sure, in my opinion, to make sure that all of their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted. And so I don't think it's crazy that maybe the dial has a different pattern if this is actually, essentially a plastic Royal Oak watch that comes out from Swatch. And so let's just kind of get into a hypothetical situation here and say, hey, they're actually going to come out with this Royal Oak in plastic, probably quartz driven, but maybe with the system automatic movement, the System 51, maybe they will have that movement inside of it. I think that would probably make more sense. But let's say that they come out with this, affordable plastic styled in the vein of an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. What do I think collectors are going to think? Well,
great question. What will be the reaction if this is actually coming to fruition?
I think there's going to be two opposing sides, like almost everything that you see in the world today. You have people that love it, and you have people that hate it, and there's discourse and fighting in between. Diehard watch purists, they still exist less and less every day as the industry changes up and becomes a little more new and modern and avant-garde and less old worldy heritage. There's going to be those people, those true purists, that are going to say, this is watering down the brand, this is cheap, I can't believe they're doing this. It's going to be the same rhetoric and viewpoints that we saw in the comments when the Blancpain dive watch came out, as well as the Moon Swatch. But
the stodgy conservative watch collector, they're ruining the brand. They're watering down the brand. I've said that already.
Guess what, guys? People continue to buy Blancpain, and Blancpain was rather irrelevant outside of the watch collecting community, because at that time, Swatch just had so many brands, they couldn't focus on them all. And so slowly they started trying to find new ways to bring in new buyers and introduce them to the brand. And
now, listen, before this Royal Oak thing came up, now the reason why I haven't talked about this before now is because the rumors about this announcement on May 16th, the rumors have had nothing to do with AP up until now. So the articles that have come out about this teaser, they've had different teasers that have come out. So the Swatch Group had teasers that say May 16th, and they showed different images, images of different parts that are going to be in the watch. Thank you person in the chat for reminding me. But this is what has been the teaser up until now, showing these different watch parts with these crazy colors and designs. That's been what's been teased so far. There was another article too where, let's see here. Yeah, here's another one, courtesy of Stuff magazine. Let me see here. Pull this up here. Boom. See this? All right. So originally people thought that this new announcement, by the way, screen captures are free. I'll move the here lens here. There you go. Screen capture. Mr. Tutor to you. Hey, OC, I plan to get a hold of your assistant for various unapproved unboxings. Just a heads up for June. Yeah. Listen, we celebrate all unboxings because the proceeds go to charity. So, of course, if you have an unboxing, reach out to my assistant. Just send an email or WhatsApp message or Instagram message. My assistant will read them promptly, and we'll make a list of people who want to unbox, and we'll put together a show. We support unboxings for charity here, even unapproved brands, because it's about celebration and giving back. So thank you, Mr. Tudor, to you. Let's see. All right, let's continue on.
I think now more than ever, people are buying Blancpain watches. Now, I can't attribute it solely to this, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I have people that I personally...
Did Blancpain sales go up? I mean, I know Omega Speedmaster sales went up, especially through the direct channel. They did very well, but did Blancpain do well?
Only know that would really only buy a Rolex or an AP or this blue chip brand, let's call them, and then they saw the Blancpain, and there's a lot more buzz and articles written about it, and I think it probably is a valid strategy. And you saw the same with Moonswatch. You saw so many collectors up in arms. Oh, this is garbage. It's a junk watch. Why would I spend any money on this? But I have to tell you, there are so many people outside of the collecting community, and even in the collecting community for that matter, that love the Moonswatch. I personally have had a few of them. I have given them away to...
I know, I bought a few of them. I sold some. I gave some away. I still have 2 of them. And I should do like a raffle or something to get rid of them. I have I think I have a Mercury, and I have a Moonshine Gold. They're both pretty collectible.
Friends that are not collectors, they just thought they looked cool, and I said, hey, I actually have one. I don't really wear it very much. Would you like this? And I just gave it to them, and they love it. And to them, it's...
I also have a Blancpain. I think I gave it away. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know where it is. I need to find it.
Everything. They just like the stylings of the Speedmaster Professional, and they don't want to pay now upwards of $10,000 pre-owned, a few grand, $4,000, depending on the reference. They just want the stylings. They don't care about the movements or the heritage or the special, unique attributes of the watch. They just like the stylings of it, right? Think of a place like Zara or Shein or one of these online fast fashion retailers, they call them. People like the look of a certain...
Yeah, but isn't that different between the Speedmaster and the Royal Oak? Aren't they like totally 2 different brands?
Type of design, but they don't necessarily care about the quality, or maybe they don't want to allocate the budget or can't, and that's a way for them to get into it. And so while there are going to be, if this does happen, and it is what I think it is, I think there's going to be people that will hate it, be a lot of buzz, there'll be all these videos, there'll be people in the comments section, and people will be a little mad, but I think overwhelmingly people will think it's very cool. I think it'll be a huge hit with casual buyers.
It depends what it ends up being. I mean, is it going to be a watch, or is it going to be a pendant? What is the thing actually going to be?
People that like that Royal Oak design. And that takes me into, what do I personally think about this? Now, it has yet to be seen what the watch may look like. Here's a picture here of something that I personally just came up with. It's not the best Photoshop skills, but I think it's going to look different enough to where...
There's no way it's going to look anywhere near as good as this. There's no way they're actually going to do an integrated integrated bracelet bioceramic watch like this. There's no way. This is way too similar to a Royal Oak. This would be an absolute disaster for AP. Absolute disaster if Swatch were able to offer a watch like this. Ugh. This is way too similar, guys. Way too similar to something that people pay $30, $50, $70, $90, $100,000 for. This is the Royal Oak. I'm a huge AP fan. I'm the real AP lover, not some social media prick who pretends to like the brand. There we go. All right, let's continue on. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near this. It's going to be like the every watch thing. Let me see if I can find that. Where's the every watch post? I have so many tabs open. It's not even funny. Too many tabs. Got to close a bunch of them. Here we go. It's going to be something like this, right? It's going to be something like this. It's going to be on some kind of strap. It's something that you like a pocket watch or a necklace or something weird like this. This is what it's going to be. If it's a watch, man, trouble, trouble, trouble. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Make sure you're subscribed. Notifications are enabled, set to all. We do live streams about watches without notice, without planning, without preparation. So I got premium account in the chat. We got bar mitzvah in the chat. What's up, guys? Just make sure you're subscribed. If you get hooked on the channel, which you probably will, because this content is extremely addictive, and I'm a very charming and charismatic personality, then you'll probably want to become a member. And memberships are available at this link. Join from the desktop. Join from the desktop only by clicking this link. Don't do it on the mobile phone because 30% of the membership fee will go to Apple. We don't want that. We want that going directly to me. All right, let's continue on.
It can be differentiated, so AP can at least get ahead of the claims that it's, a cheap plastic knockoff, and make it different enough to where they don't feel like they watered down the brand, or too many people don't feel like that. So time will tell, but I do like the idea of this. I don't know that personally I would purchase one. I think at least initially, it'll seem kind of like a bandwagon play. And for me, it does come down to the specs of the watch. I personally don't wear a lot of quartz watches. It's just...
Specs don't matter to me. The specs don't matter. System 51 movement, quartz movement, it's bioceramic, it's plastic, whatever. There's zero chance I'll buy one of these watches. I'm done. I made my mistake buying the Moon Swatch. Never again. Guys, do not buy watches that are under $10,000. They're just a complete waste of money. If it's not 10,000 or above, it's a waste of time, waste of energy, unless it's the Rolex Oyster Perpetual or an entry-level Datejust. The watches have to be at least 10,000. Come on, we know the drill.
Personal preference. I'm not a purist in any kind of a way. It's just I do like kind of the routine of winding your watch and that whole aspect of it. The mechanics is something that I've always been attracted to. And so this may lack, sophisticated mechanics, or probably will. But I overall like the idea or the concepts of getting people a little bit something different, but making it approachable for most people who cannot afford a Royal Oak at retail. No. You can't get one depending.
I don't like that concept at all. And making something more affordable. That's the wrong attitude. You don't want to make it more affordable. You don't want to make it accessible. You don't want to give people the look of the Royal Oak for $750. You don't want to, especially as with AP slapped on the collab. You don't want to do it
on the exact model, or even on the gray market, which can oftentimes be even more expensive. So to be able to provide that design to people where it's clearly just, hey, you ripped off the Royal Oak for some other brand. It's like, no, this is an official collaboration. I like the idea behind it. And it
I don't like the idea. I have to disagree with John P. I don't think this is a good idea. It was a great idea for Omega because Swatch and Omega are part of the same company. They reinforced each other. This seems weird. Who came up with this idea? Was this Francois Benamias? Was it Swatch? I don't get it.
also shows that a company like AP, while many brands try to copy the Royal Oak design, they may as well just copy it themselves from another well-respected watch organization that produces good watches in general. Why not just collaborate? And if someone's looking for an AP Royal Oak alternative, you could buy a collaboration that is an AP
Why would AP want to do this? I don't get it.
Royal Oak alternative and not have to get close, but not quite the exact same stylings. So that's my take on it.
I mean, was Rolls-Royce going to come out with collaborate with Toyota and put out a Toyota Rolls-Royce collab so you can make Rolls-Royce more accessible? I'm not understanding the logic.
Once again, this is my opinion based on being in the watch industry for so long now, over 10 years, having seen this play out in so many different ways from so many different brands in different forms. This is not 100% guarantee, but I think there's enough evidence here for me personally to believe that they're probably going to be doing this. But I would love to see and hear in the comments below, what do you think about this?
Yeah. Shout out to John P. He's the first YouTuber to do an actual video about this. Of course, we are the first live stream to cover it on YouTube. Let me see here. Let me check what's going on my Instagram. I'm getting a lot of incoming messages. So let's see here. Boom. All right. I think that's it. I think that is it. Link to my Instagram. My Instagram, I'll share you a link to my Instagram. Hold on a second. This is my Instagram right here. Boom. the.original.oc on Instagram. Follow. Guys, we still have 50 people watching. We need to get that number much, much lower. Like to like 30 people. Or if we get down to 30 people, then we can kill the stream. Cool. If we can get it down to 30 people, then I'll be satisfied. Yeah, just leave. Feel free to leave. There's nothing really to talk about anymore. But shout out to John P. I dropped his link in the chat. He's the first YouTuber to actually do a video about this, the only one. And we're the only... So it's funny that they're live stream channels about watches, and they don't know how to cover breaking news. They literally don't know. They literally don't know how to cover breaking news in the watch world. They'll be like, oh, well, let's talk about Parmigiani today or Tudor. Completely oblivious to the fact that there's a firestorm on social media about this supposed Swatch AP collaboration. So yeah, feel free to leave. Can you put up the leaks again? The leaks? Sure. Let me see what we got here. There's all kinds of crazy leaks. all kinds of stupid. I mean, these aren't leaks. These are just crazy. I don't know, just crazy mock-ups. Ugly ass mock-ups. I mean, this is another mock-up here. Here's another mock-up right here. These aren't leaks. Let's see here. Here's another, going back to this. I think you want to see this, right? Hold on. You want to see this? What's up, Cracky? You're new to the channel? Please make sure you're subscribed. So this is the image of one of the leaks of some of the parts that are supposedly in this new collaboration. What is okay, so what's the deal about this? Like, what's so, like, I'm showing these parts. What do you want to say? What about them? What about them is interesting? Yeah, so these are parts. Whoop-de-doo, parts from the watch. All right, so there it is. Breaking news in the watch world. Swatch releasing a collaboration with famed luxury brand Audemars Piguet. It's called Royal Pop and is launching on May 16th. We're the only live stream to cover it. Other people, other live streams are talking about, they got panels full of trolls. They're talking about Parmigiani and Elise Nardin and Tudor, completely oblivious to the fact that this is going on. They have no idea. And then there are other YouTubers who are seeing that we're live and coming up with videos of their own, which is fine. That's cool. Flattery. Listen, flattery is the most, imitation is a very sincere form of flattery. I appreciate that. But it's always good to be first and best. To be first and best is a great goal. Vimal OC, are the high-end AP collectors angry about this news? I think I can't speak for high-end AP collectors. I can speak to entry-level AP collectors. I think they're in a state of shock. I think they're in a state of denial. I think they're thinking to themselves, this isn't real. It's not going to happen. There's no way AP is going to do this. There's no way AP is going to collaborate with Swatch. I understand that. I understand that dismay and that sense of denial. I hope it's not real. But if it's real, I think they're going to react not so well to this. I think AP collectors are not going to be happy about this. And this will be an opportunity for AP to say, oh, well, we're trying to be more playful, and we're trying to be more accessible, and we care about culture and community, and we want to make sure the brand reflects our society, and we want to appeal to different levels of people from different backgrounds. And if you don't believe in what we believe in, then you're not hip and you're not with it and you're not with the times. And I think that's very dangerous. AP has been questionable marketing, woke marketing, appealing to weird groups of people who don't buy watches, appealing to weird groups of people who aren't watch collectors, who can't afford watches. It's just weird positioning, weird collaborations, questionable tactics, rewarding social media influencers with access to the CEO when VIP collectors, hundreds of VIP collectors from all around the world, come to Geneva and don't get personal messages. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, yeah. What do I not want to show? What is it that I don't want to show? Send it to my Instagram. Let me check my Instagram, see if there are any fresh messages here. This thing? I mean, what's the difference between that image and like this image? You know? I don't get it. Same thing. I mean, yeah, there were print ads. But this is similar to the print ad, right? Let's see here. Boom. There you go. All right. I don't want people to be angry. So here we go. This is the actual print ad that was featured in some newspapers, right? Okay. Bar Mitzvah 99. Tell us, what do you think? What does this mean? I mean, is this simply images of the System 51 automatic movement that that Swatch has? And does this mean like, oh, for sure, the System 51 automatic movement is going to be powering this collaboration? Jump on the panel. Let me know. I'm going to drop a link. If you've never been on a live stream before, turn your YouTube off. Make sure you have a microphone and camera device enabled. You don't have to show your face. But this is, and you can jump on the panel. There's a link. Boom. You click on this, turn your YouTube off, and you're on the show. How come we keep gaining viewers? How is it possible we keep gaining viewers? I'd like for viewers to leave so I can end the live stream. Is that possible? Can you guys please listen? If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Notifications are enabled, all that good stuff. Become a member. If you like real watch content and you like Rolex, Patek, Richard Mille, and AP, then become a member by clicking the link from your desktop device. Thank you, person on Instagram who's in the chat. I aim to please. There's the image. So in other words, what you're saying is that that spring, that particular part of the System 51 movement was something that was jointly created by a collaboration between Swatch Group and AP. Like there's certain parts of the System 51 movement, right? Okay, I get it. I get it. So in other words, this is real. What you're saying is, in other words, this is actually happening. It is actually a collaboration. person in the back, just let's see. Let me check your audio here. Let me add you. Okay, and you can tell us your take on this. Okay.
Yes, hello, you hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome to the
Okay, yeah.
Bar Mitzvah. Tell us, where are you
Sorry,
from?
I'm French, so yeah, I'm from France.
Okay, you're from France. Tell us.
Yes, well, I am the guy who sent you the picture about the, the printable advertisements. And
Yes.
from the leakers I know, it will be a non-wearable watch, It will be like an horloge. So yes, it will be not it won't be a watch for your wrist, and it will be made of, the plastic ceramic, and it will be available in 6 colors: pink, blue, green, all the colors in the teaser plus 2 other one.
Okay. It'll be available in multiple colors. It will not be a wristwatch. It won't be wearable. It'll be something like something gets on a necklace that gets worn around the neck.
Yes, no, I mean, you will have the option to buy a sort of string, and it can be fit in your pocket, and you can wear it as a chain, but it won't be it won't look good actually, I guess.
Are you a fan of Audemars Piguet? Are you a watch collector?
I mean, my dad is a watch collector, so I I know
So you
watch.
follow watches. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a sort of I have a sort of network, so I have information sometimes.
Got it.
I am young,
Eh,
but I mean, I have some experience in watches, so I can give you some good information.
Good. Thank you for that. Thanks for sharing. By the way, I'm studying the Swiss watch exports, and I'm noticing that for the past couple of months, Swiss watch exports to the country France are way,
Yes.
way up. Do you know why that's taking place? Some people say that there's a rumor that that the Swiss watch industry is shipping a lot of watches to France to avoid tariffs. That they're going to France first, and then they're being shipped other places. Or is it that there's a ton of watches in the French retail market? Do you know what's going on?
Yes, well, I mean, I know we have a lot of stores here in France. There are multiple stores who sells watch, and I have also read that France, the government of France, is also buying some pieces of watch. I mean, yes, they are buying watch to I don't know how to say it in English, but to keep a sort of stability in the economy. But you
So
also
in
have
other
to
words,
know,
what? So
yeah.
like, I'll just to interrupt you. What you're saying is that in order to make sure that the watches there's a certain amount of watch production that's happening because there isn't demand in other places. They're sending the watches to France. It's kind of as a to send them somewhere. So the watches just are so there's production is being maintained. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's France is like a big storage place. You can just put the watch here, and it
Mm.
will be stay here. But you also have to know that in France, there are the demand is growing, and there are a lot of watch which are in France, and they are exporting them to Middle East from France.
Ah, okay. Got it.
So if you are in Dubai, like 60% of the watch you can buy here transit from France.
Oh, okay. So it's a stopping point from which is
Yes,
being
exactly. Yes,
distributed.
and also a lot of watch broker come from France. So there are a lot of transits from Switzerland to France to Middle East.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah, sorry, I interrupt you.
no, thank you. Thank you for sharing. So what are the colors again that is going to be available? Do you know?
What I have heard, sorry. So you know the green in the trailer, that flashy,
Uh,
goofy green,
is it,
the blue. Yes, I'm.
are you serious that it's going to really be something like? Hold on a second. I have that one.
No, it's terrible actually. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It will be nice, I guess, for refund because a lot of people will buy it just because it's Audemars Piguet. So I mean, it's a nice occasion to make money. But I mean, yeah, the watch are going to be disgusting.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
So yes, light blue, dark blue, uh, a color, a mix between pink and red, that flashy green, a sort of blue, a mix of blue and purple, and yeah, some other things. And I also think that some parts of the movement, so we will see the movement, and some part of the movement will be colored, like in the picture you can see here, a part of
Mhm.
the watch being colored in white and having a white point. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah, I've seen it. All right, interesting. Thank you for the information. Appreciate
Yeah,
you
sure.
jumping on, and we shall see what happens. Jump on again soon,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when the
sure. I
watch.
have just discovered your live. I was making
Ah,
some research about the watch, and then yes.
thanks for jumping on. Bar mitzvah, everybody joining from France. Thanks for the info. All right, it's good. We have a global community of people sharing information. Let's see. I want it to be real. I don't want it to be real. I don't. like a strategic reserve. France has a strategic reserve for watches where they just put stuff in a holding tank. Oh, smugglers. They're smugglers to the Middle East. All right, guys. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. Feel free to leave now. This has been a lot of fun. Shout out to John P. Watches. Thanks to Aussie Expat, Thomas Burnett, Bar Mitzvah for jumping on and sharing your insider information and opinions. Shout out to Watch Regazi. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. Is there anything else you guys want to cover? I'll drop. This will be my last chance for anybody to jump on any topic. Boom. There is the link in the chat. That's it. That's it. We have covered everything. So the breaking news, Swatch apparently doing a collaboration with Audemars Piguet. Is this the death of AP? Show us your Swatch Royal one last time. Okay, one last time. You have there's no better representative of AP than OC. I'm a big fan of AP. Look at that. It's incredible. These watches are amazing. Boom. 50th anniversary rotor. Check it out. 50th anniversary rotor. Stainless steel, baby. Look, it's all beautifully done. Thank you, Mr. Tudor, to you. Look at that. Look at this is like arguably the best color. Like I know like, oh, well, the white and the gray is easier to get or whatever. The white and the black and the gray. And if you want green or blue, it's impossible. Arguably, the silver, which is kind of white and silverish. It's got the tapisserie dial. Engine turn, baby. Engine turn dial. It's the best. this one's the best. That's why I have it. I could have chosen any color and I could have not gotten any color, but I got this one. Boom. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you upvote. Upvote the live stream. It's not the death of AP, but AP won't listen. It could be the death of AP. It could be. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Upvote the stream. Catch you on the next one. Peace out. Have a great day, everyone.